Welcome back to another episode of TEW Confrontational. You already know my name is Ty Warkenthien. I'm here with my little brother,
Evan.
And we're here with a special guest, good buddy of mine. Known him for about 10 years and worked with him, kind of grew up with him, matured with him and everything like that. We got a good buddy of mine, Austin Tatge, here with us today. So we're excited to have him on. He's full of knowledge in sports and everything. Just a good person to have on a podcast, especially if we're going to be talking about sports and everything. We're sitting here right now. We're watching the NBA All-Star game. They're just going over the draft right now, so we'll touch on that here in a little bit. But yeah, welcome back to another episode. We're going to be going over quite a few things. There's a lot of things going on here this weekend as well. You got NCAA softball, women's softball. You got the NBA All-Star game. You got UFC, golf, just XFL just started. So we got a bunch of stuff that we were probably going to talk on while we watch the NBA All-Star game, or at least half of it and everything like that. So, but yeah, we got some things that we can dive into and everything like that. But as far as right now goes, we're just watching the draft for the All-Star game, and it looks like Anthony Edwards just got picked by Team LeBron here.
Great pick.
I think that's the third overall pick, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw two other names on top of there. But LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo are the captains. Giannis is hurt, unfortunately, so he won't be participating. But yeah,
Sweet. All right.
Yeah, it looks like the next pick in the All-Star draft, the Team Giannis, was his teammate there, Drew Holiday. Great point guard, very underrated, I would say. He's putting up great numbers this season for the Bucks, especially when Giannis was hurt. He led the Bucks to a few victories and was just holding down the squad while Giannis was out. But yeah, Bucks leading. Are they second in the East?
Yeah.
Right now behind the Celtics. So. Great squad.
Celtics are a powerhouse this year.
Yeah, and they've been dealing with injuries all year. Chris Middleton's played maybe 12 games all year. And he's their number 2, so tough to have your number 2 out for all season. But
it's also a fun tidbit too. Drew Holiday 10 years ago was an All-Star, and now he's an All-Star again. There was the longest span between All-Star.
That is pretty crazy. 10 years. That's a long time to not be picked in the All-Star.
Right.
As an All-Star.
And so, like we said earlier, Giannis is hurt and he's not participating in any of the events in the All-Star weekend. But during the last night during the skills challenge, Giannis had his own team. So he had all 3 brothers, like Thanos, Giannis, and then I can't remember the name of the third brother. But anyway, yeah, he wasn't able to participate, so Drew Holiday took Giannis's place and participated with the 2 other brothers. Came up short. That I don't even think they won in an event, unfortunately. But
heck yeah!
What did you guys think of that slam dunk contest last night?
I thought it was awesome. I didn't actually watch it, but I did watch the highlights just of Mac McClung's 6 dunks or whatever he had. He is a baller.
Yeah.
He can jump out of the gym.
Yeah, no doubt. I didn't see it. I just saw the highlights today too. But holy smokes, that guy jumped.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
He kind of brought the excitement back, right?
And he just got signed to a 2-way contract for the Sixers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right before the All-Star weekend started, he got signed with a 2-way deal.
Yeah, and then he had a big weekend. He won the dunk contest, got signed for a 2-way contract, and also he signed with Puma.
Yep. Yeah,
in a 3-day span.
Yeah, crazy weekend for that young fella.
So, do you guys think that if you're during the All-Star festivities, you should be an All-Star in be playing the All-Star game and doing those festivities too, like 3-point contest? Or do you like the fact that
I kind of like
people on 2-way contracts can go and do the dunk?
I kind of like it, and it gives the younger players a chance just to experience that.
Right.
Being part of that the weekend.
When did they introduce the G League able to come up and participate in the All-Star weekend? Was this the first year?
This is the first year that I couldn't think
because
of. Yeah.
Before this game they had a G League game. It's called the Next Up game, and it's all G League players. Luke Garza and Scoot Henderson were the captains of that game, and it's basically the same thing. I don't know if they didn't have a draft like this, but they definitely picked their players. So it was a draft, but it wasn't live like this. But I can't remember what the score ended up being of that game, but
It was like
when I checked,
174 to 150.
yeah, when I was watching, it was like 140 to 130, and Team Luca Garza was up quite a big chunk on Scoot Henderson's team, but Paul George just got selected with the seventh overall pick. Shea Gildress Alexander was picked sixth there. So they're on the the seventh pick here, or eighth pick, because
Yeah. So what we got going on? What topics we covering today?
I mean, we'll dive into a little bit here. I mean, we can, while they're picking their team here, we can talk about the most, I wouldn't say most recent, but it happened today, just finished today. The
Genesis.
Yeah, the Genesis Invitational, where Tiger Woods competed for the first time in 7 months. And
he golfed pretty well, didn't he?
Yeah, he finished with 1 under, 2 under, 2 under, I believe. He didn't do well
great
today.
But...
He shot like a +2 today, but overall, I mean, when I was listening to the podcast, or not the podcast, but the commentary on the Genesis Open Invitational, they were saying he played Wednesday at the Pro-Am, and then he continued and he walked all 18 holes. He didn't finish the Pro-Am. I think he skipped like the last 3 holes, but then he walked all 18 still, and then goes on and walks another 72 holes, putting up great. I mean, he's playing well.
Yeah.
His putter and his short game were a little bit off today.
And he has a tough time all weekend, walking all those holes as well because of that accident that he had. What was he, a year ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah, broke almost like every bone. Shattered his
whole leg.
Yeah. But no, he came into the tournament with a bum ankle. He was dealing with some ankle soreness and everything. And then while you're watching him third round of the tournament, so his 4th round, he was holding his back and everything, and just kind of looked a little bit uncomfortable, but finished with 2 birdies, back-to-back birdies, I think, to finish the round. And so fun to see him out there. How long do you think he's going to be playing? Do you think he's going to win another major?
I mean, like, when you really think about it, his best chance is always at the Masters. He's always had success there. I mean, his last major was a Masters.
Right.
Just seems like he can really feels or has a feel for that course. I mean, I gotta think just because it's Tiger Woods, he probably will win one. But
that'd be a great story, great end to his career too.
And it might take him more than what it usually like. How old is Tiger Woods? He's got to be pushing 50, doesn't he?
He's
close to 48
close to 50,
yeah.
Take a look and see.
His son is 13 and playing, like, they do the father son, or like the.
He's 47 years old.
47, okay. But yeah, him and his son are competing against like John Daly and his son, and like those are kind of fun to watch. And so yeah, next thing you know, Tiger Woods might be still on the PGA Tour golfing with his son Charlie. Yeah, so that would be fun to see. Who knows what will occur there? It's kind of like the same thing with LeBron and his son. LeBron just kind of seems like he's still dominating, but it kind of seems like he's just waiting until his son's coming up to the league, and then after that he's probably going to be done. We were talking about this on the last podcast, and we want to kind of get your input. What do you think LeBron's future looks like after basketball? You know, like past when he retires and everything. Is he going to be coaching? Is he going to be like GM? Is he going to be an analysis like Shaq and Chuck, or what do you think he's going to be doing? Yeah,
so I mean, I gotta think that because he moved to Los Angeles and he's already started Space Jam, he's going to do some sort of movies.
Yeah. Got his acting career started.
Yeah, he's got to kick it off. Like, I think that was the big reason why he moved to LA, just to keep that going.
Well,
but I think his dream's always been to be a GM too. He knows he kind of already is a player GM. And
that's what we kind of talked about. He's like the Jackie Moon, the Jackie Moon of the Lakers. Well, any organization he's ever been in, he's kind of like the Jackie Moon. Maybe not when he first got drafted,
GM, coach,
but once he
player.
Got himself established, he
just the worst singer. Jackie's a little bit better singer.
Dude, Jackie Moon. Love Jackie Moon.
Great movie.
But yeah, overall, I think that movies, and I do think he'll be something kind of like what Magic Johnson has been too. Kind of has an ownership in the Lakers or I mean, I don't know if the Dodgers, but just kind of an ownership. He's already got a pickleball team. He's part owner of it. So like, he's just kind of getting his hands in a bunch of different sports. But I think it all is because he moved to Los Angeles. So
He's
Right.
gonna have plenty of opportunities
Well,
too.
kind of like Shaq. I mean, he's out in LA right now as well, correct? And he's just he's yeah an analysis, but he's also got so many endorsements. He's been in movies. He's been rapping. He's on a bunch of celebrity talk shows.
He's actually a professional DJ.
And he's been in WWE. Remember when he faced the Big Show? The
Yeah.
two biggest fucking athletes in the whole entire world,
Yeah.
staring eye to eye with each other and like going at it in the WWE. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, he's kind of touched in every different area. I think does commercials.
Yeah, he's great. Icy hot guy.
Yeah.
Tell
Dude.
you what.
I see how it wouldn't be where it's at today if it wasn't for Shaquille O'Neal.
No, and then he had I think he did have. I don't know if this is 100% correct, but he had like the cheapest like a basketball shoe you could buy. There, he was selling at Walmart. It was like $50.
Yeah,
The
right.
Shaqs.
And then he signed a deal with Reebok, and he came like the Shaqnotics or the Shaq Attacks or whatever they were called.
Yeah,
The Shaq. It's called
it doesn't matter. What the name
Hypnotic,
is.
but yeah,
yeah.
they're pretty cool. But they're also coming out with a movie. Ben Affleck has actually produced it, coming out on 4/5/23. It's a Michael Jordan movie. Actually, it is a Michael Jordan movie, but it's also a Nike movie. It's the kind of like the process of what the mind of the Nike agency or corporation was thinking while trying to make a deal with Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan, he kind of blew up on this scene, right? In the NBA, he came in. I mean, obviously people knew him in college with North Carolina, but when he came to the NBA and then just kind of went off and exploded when he got his shoe deal, this is kind of like the backstory of the Nike side of the shoe deal, not Michael Jordan's side, but you kind of get his mom involved in it. Like on the trailers, they show his mom, and it's like the shoe is just a shoe until my son steps in it, and then it becomes. And the movie's called Air, and it releases on 4/5, so 45, Michael Jordan's number when he came back, and then 23 the year, but also obviously 23 for Michael Jordan. So that's pretty neat. That releases on 4/5. Ben Affleck's in it. Huge names in it. Like there's probably 10 superstars in it. I think it's Mark Wahlberg. No, Matt Damon, not Mark Wahlberg. Matt Damon. There's the guy off of Ozark. What's his name in real life?
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman's in it.
That's a great show.
Ozark, yeah. Ozark is a great show. But yeah, that movie is going to be fun to watch. Kind of see like the corporation side of how the Jordan shoe got started and created and everything, and turned into $1 billion shoe by itself. So,
Yeah. Touching on shoe topics, Jason Tatum just came out with his shoe today. It's a Jordan. It's called. I think it's Jordan Tatum.
Did he release the prototype or like the
Yeah,
visual,
yeah.
or did it actually drop today?
I think it dropped today. I just looked it up
Sweet.
here. It's a Jordan, but I think it's called Jordan Tatum. Take a look here.
Jordan signed a lot of good players.
Zion.
Yeah, Williamson and
Yep,
Zion and Luka. Tatum.
Puma has like the young stars, LaMelo, Kyle Kuzma. Speaking of Kyle Kuzma, I don't know if you've been watching a whole lot of NBA Stin, but Kyle Kuzma's actually been playing pretty freaking good with the Wizards. I think that's his team. He played well with the Lakers, and you could see spurts of like being good with the Lakers, but he was never like 33 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and he has games like that with the Wizards.
Yeah. I mean, I think a big part of it though is who else is going to score. With
Right.
that. You had
And Bradley Beal, Bradley Beal's really not doing anything. Like averaging I don't even know if he's averaging 20 points. I think he's averaging like 17, 8, and 6 or something like
Which
that.
isn't too bad.
No, I mean, no, it's not. But if you're Bradley Beal, supposed to be the best shooting guard in the league.
Yeah.
well, like kind of on that topic, like Kyle Kuzma with the Lakers, he was kind of the third man behind LeBron and Anthony Davis.
And he still is the third man, I think, behind Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis. There.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
But I do
He
like.
definitely has a bigger role. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's got a bigger role. I guess my next point would be, so LeBron won a championship with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. No, Kevin Love's off the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, he went to the Heat, right?
He's going to the Heat.
Yeah, they
He
don't know if
hasn't
he's going to go to the
officially
Heat or the
signed,
76ers.
Yeah.
What team do you think is going to be a better fit? For
I don't know. I think the Heat would be a better fit for Kevin Love. But if you think about this, the Sixers are going after Russ. Like the Utah Jazz hasn't been done yet, but
Trying to buy out.
they're gonna buy out Russ, and Russ, like I saw this last week has already had 2 kind of meetings or interviews with the Sixers.
Yeah.
So he's already been having conversations with the Sixers and their organization and everything. In which before this happened, or like as this was happening, that was kind of like the thing about it. So yeah,
So why would that make sense? Like when you think about it, right? Let's just go Oklahoma City, James Harden, Russell Westbrook.
That was a great
Then
team.
you go to Houston, James Harden, Russell Westbrook.
Mhm.
Why do they think the third time's gonna be
and
the charm?
then Paul George with Russell Westbrook. Yeah, I don't.
Like,
And I've heard like
Not the Sixers. Sorry, that's my bad. Not the Sixers.
I've heard Clippers.
Clippers.
Okay,
LA.
I was
LA.
saying, I
My
heard
bad.
Clippers, but I
Yeah,
don't.
LA. He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay in LA, but with the Clippers. That's my bad. Not the Sixers.
yeah.
And that
He's
might
gonna
not
go
be a
back
bad-
with. He's gonna go back with
Paul
Paul
George.
George and those guys.
I
and
love
Kawhi.
Russell Westbrook. Super athletic. Really, I like his mind. I like his hustle.
It
I like
just
his
seems he
spirit,
never
but
fits in anywhere.
He just can't fit in anywhere. That's
And I
just-
don't know if that's mental, like he can't figure out his role, or if he's selfish to
I
where
think it's
he's
a big part of maybe a little bit of
where
selfishness.
he was
he's-
for 3-4
yeah.
years, averaging a double-double, or not, excuse me, triple-double for almost 3-4 consecutive years. He was averaging a triple-double.
Didn't he break the longest streak for most triple doubles in a season?
Yeah, he passed Oscar Robinson. But then if you think about it, Nikola Jokic is doing the same thing,
on a
just
winning
at
team.
on a
Yeah.
winning team. Right.
He plays winning basketball. I don't know what makes the difference between them, but he makes the winning plays. Russell Westbrook, apparently, even like LeBron James must have thought he was making or could make the right winning plays. That's
Right.
why they chose
But you-
him instead of like DeMar DeRozan. But
You watch,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
he doesn't
you
make the winning plays.
yeah, you watch Russell Westbrook versus Nikola Jokic. Nikola is playing in almost looks like slow motion. When you watch Russ play, it looks like you're watching it in 2 times speed, even when everyone else is going in slow motion. Like he just, I don't know, he just speeds up the game so fast, too fast for himself sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you see him driving down the court and throws it up, hits the top left corner of the backboard and goes all the way back to the free throw line. Like it wasn't even an attempt. It was just, I'm just gonna throw the ball up there because I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna throw it up there just to see, and then hopefully somebody gets the rebound, and hopefully LeBron's not pissed at me next time I go to the bench. You know what I mean?
Kyrie Irving.
I know there's like a clip going around that LeBron James is like sitting there and Westbrook's kind of just shying away, like, oh, hopefully he's not going to yell at me like he's like with like a little
Yeah, I
kid
saw that
compared to
too.
like his dad, like, oh, I did do my homework, don't check it though. You know?
Yeah, there's been a couple times where that's happened.
So it might be good for him to go. At least like he must have a good relationship with Paul George and Ty Lue. They have always said he's a really good,
I think
good
Ty
players
Lue
coach.
would be able to maybe kind of put Russ in his, not in his place, but like kind of put him down to like, hey, you used to be here. I know you still have that play in you, but you have to play down here in order for that play to come out up. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's hard to.
I don't see it happening again. I just don't think
I
that
think-
Russell
I
Westbrook's
think his
a winning
career's
player.
over.
No.
Yeah, I think his
but-
career's over.
But again, I like him. He's a Hall of Famer. It's just
Yeah, he kind of just ran out of that steam, I guess.
yeah, or I don't know if he's even ever had the steam. You know?
Right. Yeah. I don't know if he was like more of like a stat patter when he was getting all those triple doubles, just trying to get that. Didn't care about winning.
Yeah,
Just wanted to get that stat.
he won an MVP for it, so maybe that was his
Maybe that's his
shining
goal.
moment. You know?
Yep. But like I was saying, so LeBron picked Kyrie, and Kyrie just signed, I think, for the remainder of the year with the Dallas Mavericks.
Mhm.
I do think I know that the Lakers were trying to get Kyrie, and the Nets GM was kind of steering the opposite direction because then he did not want Kyrie to go to the Lakers. But I think maybe next year, if LeBron's still there, which I'm guessing he will be, maybe Kyrie starts or goes to the Lakers.
Gets traded. I don't see that happening.
I don't know. I mean, they played well together with Cleveland. Who knows?
Excuse me. What I was thinking about here was when you were talking about Kyrie was the not controversy, but this always happens when a star player goes to another star player team and they get into a close game, comes down to the last second shot. Kyrie missed one, Luka missed one, and I think they just kept going back and forth. And they were talking after the game time interview, like, "Hey, who's gonna take the last shot? You both can't take the last shot at the same time, obviously." And
See,
so
that's where it comes down to if you're a selfish player, you want to win. I guess.
because Luka passed up a good shot
To give it to Kyrie.
to Kyrie for an okay shot, or for it wasn't a great shot, but for a good shot.
Was it a
But he
better
missed
shot,
it.
though?
What?
Was it a better shot? I didn't see
I
that.
would say it was the same exact shot.
Okay.
It was the same exact shot. Like somebody was closing out on Luka, he could have shot it, passed it to Kyrie. Somebody was closing. It was the same shot. It was he just passed it up for the same exact things. But who do you want taking that shot? If you were coaching, if you were on the court, who would you want taking that last shot, Luka or Kyrie?
I'm taking Luka. I like Luka.
I know it sounds cliche, but whoever's got the hot hand that night, I think both of them can put the ball in the hoop. So whoever's got the hot hand, or if they're double covering someone, you can dish it. Like it's just got to be kind of a play by feel. But I mean, if you just want to say who can make a shot more, I've seen on the biggest stage Kyrie.
Yeah, he's
made
done
the
it
shot.
before. Yeah.
So
in the biggest stages at the biggest moments. So
yep.
But yeah, it just really depends. And I mean, I would say for sure, I think maybe again, I didn't see it, but if Luka maybe wanted to get him acclimated to the team, then hey, yep, just know that I'm not the guy. Like this is not just my team. This is also your
I mean,
team.
that's
So
what you're
maybe
gonna do every time there's a star going to another star's team. The star that was originally there, like, hey, get your toes wet. You take all the shots. It's kind of like when Devontae Graham from the Pelicans went to San Antonio. He put up 31 shots his first game.
Yeah.
And then he played like 38 out of the 40 minutes or whatever. And then took 31 shots, scored 31 points, had 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and then he goes in the next game, he plays 22 minutes, shoots 6 times, has like 10 points.
Yeah.
And he's only been playing 25 minutes every game. So it's kind of like the same thing where if a new player goes to a new team, hey, you're welcome here. Do anything you want. It's no pressure on you. You just go out there, have fun.
But I think that can hurt a team too. Like just to get a new player coming. I mean, now I think they're 2-6 with Kyrie on the team, or 2-5.
Yeah, they've lost quite a few games, but they haven't lost like blowouts, 20-point games. It's always been coming down to the last shot.
Yeah, but in that obviously that was not their hope to get a big player like Kyrie go 2-5 in your first 7 games.
It takes time to
Look
gel,
at the Heat,
without question. But
look at the Heat when they got the big 3.
Mm-hmm.
It took them 2 years.
Well, they started their first season 8-9.
Yeah.
So like it does take a long time. I mean, even the Timberwolves, to say what you want, like Timberwolves have always been bad, but like this year they started off pretty poorly with everyone. They just don't know how to get a feel for everyone until you're actually meshing around.
Exactly. You got to have
for even half the season.
But I do think that the Timberwolves made some key acquirements and got rid of some pieces that maybe weren't fitting the program or the system. And I think they got a bunch of scrappy players that aren't superstars. I know you got Rudy Gobert, that is a superstar. Mike Conley has been a superstar. You got Ant is a super all-star. He's a Hall of Famer here in the next 5 years.
Yeah, he's a budding superstar for sure.
But you know what I mean? I mean, you have that young squad. They're all young. None of them are selfish. Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert play together, so they already have chemistry. It's just, and then all those players that are like Kyle Anderson. He's not even close to a superstar, but he just fits with those guys around him because he wants to help them. They want to help him. It's not all about padding the stats. I do like Minnesota's team. I think they're going to finish pretty well this year.
Yeah.
I do like the Wolves.
All right. So what do you want? Do you want to cover? Move on to the next topic, or you want to stay on this since the game's about to start here? Or I guess we can go back and forth. You can.
Yeah, I mean,
still
we're
watch
not
the game
not sticking to anything here, but there was another NBA topic that I wanted to touch on. It's kind of going over off of last night. Not last night, 2 nights ago. Did you guys see? And this is kind of an intertwining kind of transition point, but DK Metcalf. Did you guys watch the Celebrity All-Star game?
He won MVP.
No, I didn't.
You didn't, but did you see? He was going off. He had 20 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. He was just having a fun time out there. He was blocking shots, showing off his 48-inch vertical,
Did you
whatever
see
it
that
is.
video
And he's
of him jumping to grab the football?
I watched the game.
Yeah, I think that was fake.
Yeah, but then he posted right after that. The NFL texted him for a drug screen or a drug test
Okay, well,
after that video. So the video is him. I don't know what it was during the All-Star, I think.
Pretty much
it was
looks
today.
like him doing a vertical
And he's
while catching
jumping.
a pass.
He doesn't even really bend his knees, and
It looked like he jumped
Crazy,
higher
yeah.
than I was, like about 6 feet tall.
yeah.
And he just comes down and spins the ball like.
and it was
nothing
obviously
happened.
fake.
And then they
as
showed
fuck.
it slow motion. And it looked real,
He
but it
gets
was
up.
fake. It was pretty impressive, though. That shows just how good of an athlete he is for people to believe it. Just like there was something just like that a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, that Steph Curry was shooting underhand shots, like way far away overhand.
Yeah,
and
from he made
deep.
4 or 5 in a row.
And I was watching, like, I could understand
One
that
or
this
two,
is happening, but
yeah.
and it was fake. Like,
He
that
came out
just
and
shows
said it was
the
fake,
level
yeah.
of talent or athleticism that DK Metcalf has.
Right.
I can pull it up if you want to watch it. Watch
Fucking
this.
DK Metcalf. Holy shit.
Like, that is not real.
It looks real though.
It does look real, but there's no way.
Throw it up. Damn, no way. No way.
No.
No way.
Uh-uh.
Looks like he gets about 2
But dude,
feet up in the air.
that guy is a
Way
different
further
specimen. That guy is a different specimen. He's huge.
Yeah, for sure.
Huge.
So I have a
Alright.
question for you guys, really
Yeah.
fast. What are you guys' thoughts on the Memphis Grizzlies trash talk? It's starting to become everyone's talking about
It is.
Right.
Who's that? Is it Darren Brooks?
Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks. He's the one that got in a fight.
Yeah, I mean, John Morant, like they were interviewing
Desmond Bane.
Williamson, Zion, and they said, who's the best trash talker? And he said, it's not just one person, it's the whole team.
Yeah.
And then they interviewed,
Is it
they
kind of-
asked John Morant that same question. He goes, you're looking at him like he's the best trash talker.
Is it kind of become like an issue?
Yeah, has it started to become like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Klay Thompson, even last season, when they were said, like, whatever, strength in numbers, and he's like, there's this clown, whatever, in a January game last year, said strength in numbers, like that. Like, it's obviously getting under Klay Thompson's skin, but it seems a lot's kind of getting under Klay's skin nowadays. But,
Yep.
But it seems like the rest of the league, too, is kind of taking notice with
Mhm.
it.
Kind of getting fed up.
Do you guys like that they're trash talking?
I think there's a certain point like
Yeah.
you can
It's-
trash talk a little bit and like have fun, but I think they're probably taking it to a whole different level.
Well, it's kinda
especially if
like-
it's like repetitive every game, all game.
And it's different because the NBA, you got 82 games. I mean, I understand it's the All-Star break. They did a little bit before the All-Star break. Everyone gets a break at this time. Could have been a joke. Could have got the team motivated for a couple more wins before the break, just to keep the momentum going. But they're third in the West, fourth in the West. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're back in it, and they're not talking shit for no reason. And it's kind of like the Cincinnati deal. Everyone was giving Cincinnati crap for talking shit, but they did play well.
You're talking about the Bengals?
That's Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry, the Cincinnati Bengals. They were talking shit on Twitter and everything. And I mean, you can talk shit, but if you can't talk,
And they didn't really-
if you
yeah,
can't
they
back
didn't
it
back
up. Yeah, they didn't really. They played well. I mean, they
Yeah.
played well,
I'd
but
say you got to back it up beforehand.
right.
Like, if there's a team and player that wants to talk trash, be Draymond Green. You know, you can be LeBron. You can't be. Don't go be 22-year-olds in the league
Mhm.
thinking that you're all that.
Talking
You know,
shit still.
you're making it to the
Both
second
sides.
round, and you guys think you're hot stuff.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, but
like,
I mean,
win
it wasn't just
first.
one time where they made it to the second round. I would understand maybe like, hey, prove yourself before, but they've proved themselves the last 3 years.
No, I mean they just went to the second round. They were the 2 seed last year. They made it to
Yeah,
the
I
second
mean,
round.
but they're
Yeah, they're not really-
then
they're not
again,
really-
they
they're
haven't
not-
changed. They
they're not
haven't
like
changed
they're-
their team. They did that since John Morant came into the league when he was like 19.
Yeah.
He's done that last 3 years, and he's
so I'd
only
say
been in the
prove
league 3
yourself.
years.
You know,
So that's what I'm saying.
The Cincinnati Mayor's a
Get-
jabroni.
Get a couple more pieces. So who did they have? John Morant and then Desmond Bane are their 1 and 2. Desmond Bane didn't even come onto the stage until last year.
oh, you got that. What were the
Steven
Jackson?
Adams. Oh, Jaren Jackson.
Jaren Jackson.
I suppose he.
Dylan Brooks is a
Jaren
really good
Jackson doesn't
defender.
play for
Yeah.
him.
Like, you guys got a lot of talent. But
Jaren Jackson. Doesn't he play for Dallas?
We can just
Jackson.
look it up.
no,
Who am I thinking of?
I'm not sure.
I got to be honest. I don't know who else is on Dallas besides Kyrie and
Cam Wood.
okay.
That's what I'm thinking. Christian Wood.
Wood. Yeah.
Not thinking of but yeah, Jaren Jackson, good deep threat a little bit, and then he's like 6'10". Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Little fro, has a little afro.
Yeah, what do you got over there? What kind of notes you got for?
Well, I mean, we're kind of on the NBA topic, but while we're on the NBA topic, we'll just keep it in basketball. NCAA bracketology is starting to come about, like the mock kind of layout of the tournament.
What's
Projections, yeah.
the majority of
Alabama
them? Who do they have winning?
Alabama's looking like the top dog. You got Alabama, Kansas, Purdue, and Houston are the four number ones. Kansas, little scary the other night. I thought they were gonna get their butts kicked by not Baylor. Was it Baylor?
I mean, they played Baylor this week. Who else?
Yeah.
I don't know who else they played.
It was.
Week.
I think it was Baylor. Baylor was up pretty. They were up 14 for the whole entire almost first half, and then Kansas. I switched the channel. I was like, oh, Baylor's got this one, and then I changed it back. And Kansas was up by 3.
Was that the night I
and
texted
ended
you and I
up
was like, "Are you
winning.
watching this game?"
Yeah, it could be. It was on Friday, I think, or
Okay,
Saturday.
maybe it wasn't. But I was watching the game and they were
I think it
playing
was yesterday.
in Kansas, and man, it was so loud. That arena was just electric.
Yeah, Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Yeah,
baby.
they have a great fan base.
They do, but they're number one in on one of the directions. Yeah, north, south, east, or west. I can't remember which one they're at. Alabama's 22-4 overall, 12-1 in conference play. Their star Brandon Miller looks like he's going to be going to the league next year. He's putting up crazy numbers: 19 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal on 45% shooting from the field and 43% from 3-point.
It's pretty impressive.
That's
And
impressive.
he's like 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah, that's impressive. I watched them this week. Alabama, they played Tennessee. They lost. It was like 63-57. And I got to be honest, I was not impressed by any one person out there.
Mhm.
That being said, those are pretty darn good numbers.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's going to be a lottery pick for sure.
The one player that's
I
really
think
good. I think he's a freshman. I think it's Grady or Brady Dick. He's I don't know how he's a guard for
Kansas.
For Kansas, he's
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
He's really good. I think he's a freshman. I could be wrong about that, but he's really good.
Yeah,
I was watching. He was playing. They were playing. I think it was Kansas State this week, and you
Maybe
hear the
that's the game I
student.
was watching.
You hear the
I can't
student section from Kansas State after he drained a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
They started saying, "You suck, dick,"
funny.
towards Grady Dick. So that was kind of funny. They immediately shut the camera off the student section, but
Yeah.
you got to hear that for about 5 seconds. You're like, "That's kind of funny."
That is funny. Looks like they got old Post Malone doing like the
probably just the introduction song.
introduction, yeah.
I think they already did the national anthem and all that good
They
stuff.
did do the national anthem.
So just getting the crowd warmed. I don't even think he's at the arena. He's just doing. This is off key. This is off location. That's not.
No,
that's impossible. You can't have all those people out
No.
there in the NBA. But going back to Alabama, just touching on because there all weekend there was NCAA women's softball on. Alabama played tonight. They played all weekend. They played Florida State. Ended up winning tonight by a close-off strikeout. But yeah, it was a great game and ended up being 2-1. And then Florida State had a girl on third base before that. It wasn't a strikeout; it was actually a ground out to first. But
I don't watch a ton of that.
yeah,
No,
Only
No.
during like the World Series. Or
yeah,
not World Series.
yeah. I get that. Ashley loves college softball. She played softball in high school and everything, so she loves when softball season starts.
Yeah.
The biggest story I think of the NCAA softball this weekend was Oklahoma. Number 1 Oklahoma lost to Baylor, actually, unranked Baylor this weekend. So that was a big loss to Oklahoma. They're always top dog in softball. It seems like same with Alabama.
Wasn't who was it last year? 2 years ago, TCU. I think they have a good softball team.
Yeah, TCU, that was last year. Yep, they played well last year. And then Florida State always has a solid squad.
that girl from Oklahoma, she set the home run record last season.
Yep.
That was the one time that I was really, really into the college softball.
Mhm.
Just off of I saw her or watched her play a couple years back even, but I mean I don't know how many home runs she hit in
63?
her career.
Oh, not career.
Like,
yeah, that
yeah,
season
like,
though. I
she
think
said,
it was
like,
like 58 or
Like
63.
setting records all the time, and that kind of reminded me mean, not to the extent, but like of how many home runs and like is she gonna hit a home run or is she not? To like Barry Bonds or like
Same as
back
so
in the day.
yeah.
Right. It's
Every
like,
time she stepped up to the
you're
plate,
thinking
is
she might go
Yeah,
or
this
she
is
might hit a
probably
home run. And like
yeah.
if you watch more than like 3 at bats, you are gonna see her hit a home
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, and that's
which
the
that was
exciting
always fun
part.
to
You know,
watch.
like okay,
Yep.
when she gets up to bat, you know, chances of a home run are pretty high.
Yeah, a lot higher than me. That's for sure.
exactly, and that makes the game a lot more fun to watch. I think too.
You said a lot higher than me. That's but yeah.
They got to get this game on the start up the game.
Yeah, it's he's just finishing his performance probably here.
I never thought that I would hear you say turn Post Malone off the TV, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
But
I mean, they did they start the draft at 6:30. It's almost 7:30 now.
yeah, the game probably starts at
Probably
7:30. They
7:30.
probably had an hour ready for all this.
It's for the
stuff.
fans, you know.
Yeah,
It is,
man.
yeah.
It's kind of like the Super Bowl of the NBA. So they gotta do all this stuff. They gotta have somebody famous come out and do not the halftime, but like the introduction, all that good
I
stuff.
think we kind of talked about it last week. What do you guys think's better, the All-Star break for the NBA or do you prefer NFL? Which do you think more fun? Now that
So let's do the new NFL, like this
switched over
year's
to flag
NFL, where
football.
they did all the skills challenges and stuff, kind of like the NBA
I
setup.
mean, I'd always think it was the NBA.
Yeah.
You get to see no matter what. Like I watch even the NBA nowadays just to see the shooters shoot, the dunkers dunk,
Exactly.
and like when they're scoring 180 points. Well, I know that they don't play defense.
Fun to
but it's
watch.
like,
Yeah,
oh
it's
my
still fun to
gosh,
watch the
like,
highlights of that
these,
shit.
These guys can shoot at will. Like I can't make an open 3-pointer. Like
Yeah, to save my
you know
life.
what I mean. And these guys are going like 60% if they're
Right.
open.
Exactly.
Speaking of 3 points, shout out Damian Lillard, Dame Dolph winning the 3-point challenge last night. That was fun to watch. That was his third appearance, so apparently third time is a charm for Damian Lillard. So yeah, congratulations, Damian Lillard. He was wearing his Weber State or Weber State or Weber High, his high school or his college
Yeah, it's
team
college.
Yep.
Weber State, yeah.
Matt
yeah.
McClung wore his high school jersey
for the dunk contest.
at
Yeah,
his last dunk, I believe it was.
yeah. But shout out everyone like Jericho Sims. You got Kenyon Martin Jr. and Trey Murphy the third. They all had great dunks. There wasn't a dunk that I thought was like bad. The only time that they didn't make it on the first dunk was Kenny Martin when his dad, or Kenny Martin Jr., when his dad was lobbing it to him. They just had to get the timing right, but it still ended up being a sweet dunk. And it was still fun to see Kmart out there, baby,
No doubt.
with the lip tattoos on his neck.
And you said you watched the highlights of the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Did you see the one where Mac McClung jumped over two people?
Yeah.
hit the backboard.
And then
Yeah.
then he touched, and then I think there's another one that he had a I don't know if he went between the legs or whatever, but he did a double clutch with the ball or pump
So
fake,
I know
whatever it was.
we talked about it, but I kind of want to backtrack just a little bit. How should I say it? If you don't make the All-Star game and you can still be in the dunk contest, do you think you should pick out just any dunker? It doesn't matter if you're playing in the NBA or not. If some dude on the street in Chicago that can absolutely fly, do you think he should be in the dunk contest?
Oh, for sure. You
That'd
would
be-
get
I
so
think
many-
I
that'd
think
be
they
fun.
should make like
You've
even like a
seen-
big dunk contest tournament throughout the season. That's what I think they should do.
dude,
Yeah.
you've
Just bring out your
seen
best one in each city.
you've
and then you
seen
just-
those videos on YouTube that go viral.
Oh, it's insane.
Of TikTok with people like the guy with the blue hair, it's like Dunkarama or Dunkalogic or whatever his name is, or Dunkology. I mean, you have
all three of them are probably names.
probably, but I mean, there's all those guys that know how to dunk, and then you get Lethal Shooter, the guy, the shooting trainer for Steph Curry, for all those guys. Get him in the 3-point contest, like
See, that'd be fun. I think
competing
that'd add a
with
little
the
bit of-
NBA stars,
Yeah.
like have average. Not, I guess those guys aren't average citizens, but have like people off the streets, not off,
Just
but
play. I think you should do
citizens come in and kind of like just compete against the NBA players. That would be fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if
I
you
agree.
can go out there, like say me or you go out there and we're competing in the 3-point or the skills
It'd be
challenge.
fun.
This
I
would be
think it'd
us
shake
three
it up a little
versus
bit.
Giannis and his brothers in the skills challenge.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously we're not near as good as them, but the skills challenge.
but you know what?
That's
We might
not
bounce
it.
pass as good as they can.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
You know?
But like the skills challenge isn't like NBA. You have to be NBA level to compete in a skills challenge. You know what I mean?
Right.
There isn't anything required as far as you need speed, you need to know how to dribble a ball, and you need to know how to make a couple shots and pass. That's about it.
Yep.
And if you know how to do that, you can compete.
Did
in
you watch the skill challenge?
Yes, I did. They got the Utah Jazz representing their home city. The All-Star game was in Utah, and they won the skills challenge.
Sweet.
Kind of barely. So the way it scores is the first obstacle or the first challenge is the relay or the obstacle where you do the pass, dribble through the cones, and then make a shot, and then make a 3-point shot, and then dribble down, make a layup, pass your teammate, so on and so forth. The rookies actually won that one. So the rookies were Paulo Banchero, Jabari Parker Jr., and Jaden Ivey, and they won the first challenge, that relay race. And then the next one was passing, where you do a bounce pass. The middle one is a bounce pass, you get 4 points. The other two are chest passes, you get 2 points or 6 points or whatever
So
the
do you
points
pass
were.
it into a net, or how
Yeah,
does that
so
work?
it's like a big square. So like it's pretty big actually. It's like I would say it's probably like 15 by 15, but then the circle is probably only like a 4-foot diameter, and so I mean it's a pretty big
So is it
spot, but
kinda
you're
like-
still throwing from like half court, like you're throwing a half court pass pretty much, or
Yeah.
like a 3/4.
Is it similar to what the like NFL uses? Like, you know, those nets where the quarterback is the whole.
It's kind of like that, like those
Or
games
similar?
where you have the hole's way bigger than that,
Yeah.
obviously, but yeah, no, it's pretty fun. The Utah Jazz took that, and the only reason why they won that is because the shooting competition was last, and you get 200 points for that. So the first one is the relay, you only get 100. The second one is passing, and you get 100. The third one is shooting, and you get 200. So you can, as long as you have 2 shooters on your team, you're good to go. And then with Giannis's team, it's him and his brothers and Drew Holiday. So no one can really shoot except for Drew.
Exactly.
And then you have the rookies, which is Jabari Parker, Jabari Smith,
yeah.
Paulo Banchero, and Jaden Ivey. And none of those guys can really shoot. And then so you get certain points for each spot, obviously. So the deeper shot, the more points you get. But none of those guys can really shoot threes a whole lot. I mean, Jabari Smith in college was shooting 38%. But
That just is amazing me, isn't it? Like,
and
how
they
much of
only
a crap
scored.
shooting is.
They only scored like 2 points. The rookies did, and they're both 1-point shots from Paulo Banchero, just like on the block.
That's actually
So
wild.
they missed every shot except for 2 that Paulo Banchero made as layups, pretty much. Obviously, we talked about the Giannis brothers. They didn't shoot very well, but then the Utah Jazz, they had Jordan Clarkson,
He's a
Colin
beast.
Sexton, and forget that rookie, Wesley Kessler.
Wes Kessler.
Wes Kessler, is that his name or something?
So it's Kessler's the last name.
No,
I think it's
Wesley.
I think it's Wes.
but something like that. But yeah, Kessler. They won the skills challenge.
It's funny too. Like, again, I'm a Timberwolves fan, but we traded essentially Kessler and like a couple picks, like 4 picks, and then like 2 other guys for Rudy Gobert. But then when you look at it, Kessler's putting up the same numbers as Gobert, except he's 10 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, now they got a war chest. Like, that's going to be a team on the rise here. They already are pretty good.
Yeah.
That's going to be a team on the rise here in the next like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, you got your leading scorer coming off the bench too, so that always helps. You
It's
got
crazy.
Jordan Clarkson coming off as a 6-man, averaging like 22 points a game, 21.3, I think.
Did he win a 6-man of the year last year?
Yes.
He wins it almost every other year. Yeah,
Or he's in the conversation every year.
yeah, for sure.
Like, hey,
And I think
NBA
he likes
GMs, if
coming
you're
up with
watching, do not do any deals with Danny Ainge. That guy will get you all the time. Slick. He did it like the Nets are still paying for him. They got out of the Boston Celtics. They got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, a whole bunch of people.
Dude,
and then
I saw that.
they go and retire or whatever. He goes and quits.
I saw that.
Goes to the Jazz, trades away Gobert, trades away Donovan Mitchell, ends up getting another war chest, and now they're what are they, like 6th in the East or West right now?
Mhm.
And they're not even ready. Like these guys are bottomed out.
Yeah.
They just gutted their team, and they're 6th in the West, and they got
Well, that's
talent
the
up
same
the
thing. Yeah,
wazoo.
yeah. I hear you.
How you doing, Los?
You doing all right, babies?
Let's get into the NFL though, man.
NFL, yeah, way more.
Yeah.
We
Personally, I like
we
that
had a
one more.
passionate conversation on Friday about the NFL, and I've been itching to get back into
it.
Yeah. I mean, so not anything really big going on. Obviously, end of the season, Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl, 57 winners and everything like that. So we're kind of working in the off season with trades and cutting players and just people moving all over. We got the draft coming up in a couple weeks, right?
I think is the draft in April.
Yeah, draft's end of April. I think the 27th through 29th.
Yeah,
It's going to be actually in Kansas City this year.
Oh, it's not in Vegas. I thought they were doing.
No, it'll be in Kansas City. It's going to be exactly where the parade ended at Kansas City Station, Station.
Yeah.
That should be really fun.
That might be something worth going down to, honestly.
I got tickets. I am going down.
You are?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Something.
Who are you going with? Just
I got a buddy, and yeah.
Something to think about going down there. What are tickets costing right now? Or like you have to have a ticket to get there?
Him and his mom are buying the tickets.
But you have to have a ticket to get into like the draft. You have to have like a pass or like a.
It's gonna be I think there's like a 1 day pass for the first night, and then you get like the other 2 days.
That'll be fun.
You get a pass for that.
Like the second round and third round type deal. Or
it'll be like you get a first round pass, and then you get the rest of the week pass or the rest of the weekend pass.
Oh,
okay. So Thursday you get your pass, and then Friday, Saturday you get your other pass.
Yep.
Yeah, we were actually when the draft was supposed to be down in Vegas, before COVID happened, like that was at the same time COVID was going down. Obviously, it's in April the draft is, and COVID started kind of shutting down the world in March. But we were planning to go to my stepbrother's Zachary's bachelor party down there, and the draft would have been happening the same weekend. We were going to be going down there, so that would be fun. Would be fun in Kansas City too, because you got Power and Light District down there and all that fun stuff. That's going to be packed.
It'll be a good time, yeah.
It's packed just even for a Kansas City Chiefs game on a Thursday night. You know what I mean? Just imagine when you got like a whole bunch of NFL stars, future NFL stars, and previous, prior, and current NFL stars going to be down in Kansas City for that draft. So it's going to be a lot of people down in Kansas City. So that's fun.
It's already the home of the Super Bowl champs.
Right.
So you know they're going to kind of bring a little more energy and a little more buzz to it too.
Right. I wanna see Travis Kelce on the stage saying some wild shit like he did after the Bengals game and after the Super Bowl.
Shut your mouth, jabroni.
And Travis Kelce, I don't know if you guys know, but Travis Kelce's going to be on Saturday Night Live here.
I did see that.
He was just on something. Jimmy Kimmel, maybe? Jimmy Fallon, and he was singing, "Just wanna fight for your right." Yeah. Dude, that was just a fun video to watch, man. That was a fun, very entertaining. I love Travis Kelce.
One of the I gotta think. Now, really thinking here, I think he'd be my favorite athlete to go have a beer with.
Oh, 100%.
Would you Would you guys think that too, or like?
No, I agree.
What other be another athlete where you'd be like, dude, I know for sure him and I would get along. We're gonna be two cool dudes drinking a whole bunch of beer.
Yeah, I don't know. Travis Kelce's got to be up there for me.
Yeah. He'd be my number one, and I don't know what would be number. Maybe
it's
Gronk.
tough.
Like maybe I got a tight end thing.
It's a tight end thing.
Even like those guys are cool.
I think George Kittle would be fun.
I think George Kittle would be a little too weird for me, and I'm a weird guy, but like he'd be a little too weird for me. but like, he might be really fun.
But you never like. It's hard to kind of go off that the personalities that we know. Yeah, probably Travis Kelce, but we don't know any of like the offensive line personalities. I bet you there's some cool ass dudes on the offense and defensive lines that are humble as fuck. They do all the dirty work. They're probably the most humble, and they don't get paid worth a shit. Well, some do, but other players don't get paid worth a shit, and they don't say anything.
They don't get any of the recognition.
Yeah, right. So I mean, some of those guys would be fun to.
Kelsey's brother,
Jason. Yeah, exactly. Just imagine those. Just go having a beer with those two. Yeah. That'd be awesome. And you might have heard this on the first episode, but his grandfather and their uncle. So their grandfather and their uncle live in Sioux Falls.
They still do. They currently still live in Sioux Falls.
So cool. Travis Kelce's grandfather and Travis and Jason's uncle, and the uncle's only 2 years older than Jason. So he's only like 45 or something like that, or like 43. However old Jason
Kelce is. Where do you think they go hang out at? Like, where do they go and drink beer?
Wiley's.
Kelsey's are in town. Like, yeah,
Uppercut.
You think they just go to Wiley's? I hope not Uppercut.
Who knows, man?
You know, I think just kind of think like you mentioned that it would be fun to have just have a night out with those guys, drink some beer. Oh, that would be awesome.
Could you imagine if you're just downtown, you're having a good night, and then you're like, Wiley's, and you're like, holy shit, that guy's big, and it's Travis Kelce.
It turns around like, oh shit,
that'd be pretty fun.
That would be.
Speaking of the, you're going to the draft. Kind of want to go through. These guys are both Vikings fans. I'm a Packers fan. Like I've mentioned, looks like Minnesota has the 24th pick.
No, do they? I had it on here. Was it the 24th or the 28th or the 23rd?
24th is what I have on mine.
I had the 23rd pick, and the Green Bay Packers have the 15th. But the biggest pick overall is the Chicago Bears, and they have a couple different things that they can do.
I've heard they might trade. The Colts might trade up for the first round pick. And
Right. So
that
they're
quarterback.
So a couple teams. Okay. So there's two options or two ways that the Chicago Bears can handle this. They can keep Justin Fields and trade away their first overall pick for either more picks or more talent around Justin Fields.
I don't know.
Or they can trade away Justin Fields and keep their number 1 overall pick. Or they can trade away Justin Fields and their number 1 overall pick and start. And so what they could do is, I was listening to Colin Cowherd, and this was actually a pretty good take. He said Atlanta needs a quarterback. Justin Fields doesn't want to play in Chicago. He doesn't like the cold. He doesn't like it windy. He doesn't like playing outdoors. Send him down to Atlanta, where he's from. He's from Georgia. Play down in a dome. Play on turf. Great. Settles that. You get picks from Atlanta, and you might even get you might get their first pick at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta has the 8th overall pick. Okay. And then you'll probably obviously get a few more second round picks for Justin Fields. Then you go and talk to Indianapolis. Indianapolis needs a quarterback. Matt Ryan's not doing it at all.
No.
And so you trade away your first overall pick because Indianapolis loves Bryce Young. They are diehard Bryce Young fans. The owner came out and actually said he loves Bryce Young. And so you trade away your first overall pick. Indianapolis has the 4th overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the 4th and the 8th. You trade away the first, and you trade away and then you get the 8th and the 4th. And then you have so many second round picks because you're not just getting one pick for the first pick. Yeah. You're getting multiple picks. You're getting maybe players. Who knows? But if you trade Justin Fields to Atlanta, look who he has. Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Cordero Patterson. Like, they have talent around him. And they're in the same system. I bet you Justin Fields is a better playmaker, better football player than Marcus Mariota, and Marcus Mariota probably had his best season in Atlanta last year.
Yeah.
So how can they trade? How can they get the 8th pick and then the 4th pick?
So you trade Atlanta. Atlanta has the 8th overall pick this year.
Yeah.
You trade away Justin Fields for the 8th overall pick and maybe a few second rounders.
And then you trade
trade the first overall pick because you have both of those. You have Justin Fields and the first. Then you trade Justin Fields to Atlanta for the 8th. And then you trade your first overall pick to Indianapolis for the 4th. And then you'll have the 8th plus a bunch of second rounders. You already have a bunch of second rounders from the Khalil Mack trade. That they have picks this year.
And they got a bunch of money too.
Of money.
I still think that's very stupid. Why?
It could be.
Why waste draft capital with you already wasted, or not wasted because you chose them. Justin Fields. You took a year. 2 years now, and kind of hey, we're trying to slowly but surely building our offense around you.
See something. You see something there.
Plus,
especially,
they're saying, I know you like he did, or he said he came out and said he doesn't like cold weather. They're literally looking to look for a new stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're keeping. I think they're keeping too. Fields, I have no idea why they wouldn't want to keep him. Yeah, exactly.
He's invested so much time, money.
Right now,
he's been playing. He had a good year this year.
If you look at Jalen Hurts,
oh yeah,
he had exactly what I think that Justin Fields, I think, still has a higher ceiling than Jalen Hurts.
You think so?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts just had a world-class offensive line around him. Yeah. He had wide receivers up the wazoo.
And who did the Bears
Devontae
have?
Smith was a Heisman Trophy winner. This is his second year. Minus what people think nowadays, just because Justin Jefferson and Chase, Jamar Chase. These guys are coming out and really balling out. Devontae Smith's slowly but surely coming along.
He is.
You got
I wouldn't even say slowly but surely. The first year was his only slow season. These last 2 years when Jalen hurt, he's been balling out actually.
Yeah, and then what's his name?
Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins.
Quez Watkins. He's doing well. They got a good that was just a really, really good talent around them.
Mm-hmm.
They won.
Offensive line is fucking stellar.
Aaron Rodgers came out and said it was the best offensive line he's seen in his 20 years of playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then his
stellar.
That's literally what he has.
But
so if they can just build around that.
Okay. Right.
I think his ceiling's higher, and plus he got drafted higher in that same draft.
I hear you on that, but who's retiring on the Eagles' offensive line? Is Jason Kelsey leaving? Is Lance Johnson or Lance? What's his last name?
Johnson?
Lane Johnson. Is
Speaking
he
of that-
leaving? He's old as fuck. They got the other.
I don't think it matters, man. Like that's a well-oiled machine
Yeah,
right
I suppose.
now. Like
suppose.
the Bears are,
But their defense.
different.
Fletcher Cox is probably leaving. Dominican Sue. These guys are on their last year.
Well,
if not,
Dominican Sue
they're already on their
got,
last year.
Signed last 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Like, he wasn't.
entire-
Signed. Yeah, he didn't play the whole year there.
Right, but still, he's been playing in the league
That
for.
just goes to show, though, you can get people coming
Yes.
in. But
And going
outside
back
the
on the minimums,
offensive line
yeah.
might be a problem. You can't just go and get an offensive line off the street, but
Mhm.
you can get Dominican Sue because they did.
Yeah.
Right.
So going back to that, Kelsey, Jason, they just restructured his contract today. They just restructured his contract today,
Jason's.
but he still hasn't decided on his future. But I guarantee he plays one more year. So
Yeah,
I don't know why you wouldn't.
Well, yeah. Why
it-
not?
you don't think he will?
No, I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Why
Had a great season.
Run it back
You're still
again
on
one more
very,
time.
Yeah, still at the top of your game, and it's not like the Eagles are going anywhere.
Right.
I hate the Eagles, but they're a really good team.
They are.
Yeah. How fun. So, not off topic. It's still on the same topic, but how crazy of a year was it for Travis and Jason Kelsey?
Do you think those guys were texting back and forth like the whole time, saying like, "Dude, I
'Cause
can't
they're-
wait to see you and kick your butt in the chair in the playoffs"?
Oh, they for
Well,
sure.
yeah.
They had
Well,
that type
dude,
of-
they had that podcast together. They're talking every week.
Yeah,
They're talking they were at the Super Bowl
Like-
before, like on Wednesday. They dropped their original time Wednesday podcast, and they were at the Super Bowl on Radio Row, doing all that stuff, and that's pretty fucking cool. So they started their podcast cast this year. It's the number 3 podcast in the world.
sports podcast.
No, number 3 podcast in the world.
Really?
Yeah, it's the number 3 in the world. It was 2 weeks
I know
ago.
they mentioned. They said they were like 5 in the sports category, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't looked up
But
the
no,
charts.
yeah,
what's
the
the
number-
third? Like, how does it go? Joe Rogan's 1.
Joe Rogan's
You
for
guys
sure
is
one.
2, and then that.
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
right?
T
Confrontational's 2. We're slow. We're just slightly ahead of new heights,
Yeah.
but that's what we're doing. We're reaching new heights. So, but yeah,
Let's get back to the. I kind of want to still talk about the drafts now. Now that Austin's going, it's kind of got me pumped. What do you guys need? What do the Vikings need? What are they going to draft?
well, okay.
Position.
First off, if we're touching on the Vikings, let's talk about Brian Flores being hired
As
as the defensive coordinator.
That's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah, well, look at his career. He spent since 2002. I have it here. Since 2008 to 2018, he spent with the Patriots with Bill Belichick, the greatest defensive mind in the entire world. He spent 10 years with Bill Belichick, so obviously he has
Learned a lot.
Obviously, then he gets hired as a head coach for the Miami Dolphins for 3 years. Does well.
Yeah, I don't know why
I think he finished. I think he finished above 500 every
Yeah.
season.
He got fired
got
after
Tua.
having an 8-8 year.
I mean,
crazy.
he assembled a squad too. He got Tua. He had Waddle.
He turned that defense around too.
And
They were like
the-
the 26th ranked defense, and then they
When
turned
did
it around.
when did they start doing the turnover chain? Is that when Brian Flores got there, or were they doing that before? It's kind of like a Miami thing because I know the Hurricanes did
Yeah,
it back like in 1990. But yeah, it's just fun to watch the Miami defense play because they're all over the field. They're picking shit off. Special teams is crazy. I'm excited to watch NFL next year. I'm excited
Me
to see
too.
what it's all
It
about.
was really fun too because he got at his introduction interview, and he said, "So, are you still going to play the 3-4? The Vikings weren't very good last year in the 3-4." And he goes, "It just depends on the team.
Right.
Whoever
And-
we play, this depends on that." I like that a lot.
And I like that too because the last defensive coordinator that we had, he came in and was like, I'm running this no matter what.
Yeah,
I'm running that cloud coverage, whatever, the fucking, yeah, soft ass coverage, letting everything
whatever
underneath.
it was soft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
letting everything underneath. Let up 500 yards a game
Yep.
on average every team.
That's rough.
You could bet over on the quarterback playing against the Vikings, you'd win every week. You over yards, over touchdown passes, over a touchdown or passing attempt.
Dude, making that
Anything.
change of getting Flores. Is
Maybe
gonna be
not
huge.
touchdowns.
Gonna be
Yeah.
huge for the Vikings.
It's going to be huge
Especially if they have it.
psychology too.
Yeah.
Just like I was watching the Super Bowl, and Chiefs aren't known for good defense.
Yeah.
You know, they're an offense team, and how they were hitting everybody I was like, Vikings haven't done this one time all year. These
Mhm.
guys are doing it literally every play.
Yep.
And these guys are not even known for good defense.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
Like the Eagles were known for good defense. They were hitting people, but like the Chiefs, like the 24th ranked defense, whatever they were absolutely trying to kill people. I'm like, Vikings didn't do it one time.
Yeah, they had that
Like,
dog
the whole
mentality.
year. So like Flores will bring that dog mentality.
He will.
up. So I'm excited for that.
I'm
And,
excited too.
He said something along the lines of, our best defense is going to keep the other team's offense on the defense.
Yep.
Like we're going to continue on attacking them first and being into the punch and everything. So they got to play defense.
The
Like,
Vikings are going to be scary.
That's-
next year.
I want them. I think we got the new offense showed out last year. We were averaging the most points ever, like averaging the most points per game. I don't know about most yards per game, but we were averaging the most points at like 24 points something a game.
we were not the best ranked offense. So.
No, not best. Like our personal best on averaging the most points per game, right?
No, 98 Vikings were.
98 with Randy.
Look at this, dude.
Randy
LeBron
Moss
is
is
throwing up oops to himself off the backboard.
Is he? Damn,
Yeah.
I gotta watch this. Donovan Mitchell.
He just had a
So let's bet this, guys. Right? They're 17-18 with 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter. What do they end the first quarter?
I think that's going to be like
The first quarter is going to be
First
30,
quarter.
35 to
no.
35-29.
I'm saying like
I'm going to bet the over on that
I'm
one.
going 55 to
Yeah.
55 to 48.
I'm going to guess.
First quarter?
I'm going to guess exactly
Mhm.
that. 55-48. That was mine too. These guys are just going to score at will right now, and
There's no defense at all.
There's some.
I mean, yeah,
They're
soft defense.
I just saw Donovan Mitchell. Oh, Jason Tatum was in
Look
the
at that. Ooh.
Jason Tatum was in the 3-point challenge, and
Yeah, how did he do?
he made it to this. He didn't make it to second round. He scored 20
Oh
points.
my gosh.
What are they doing?
He scored 20 points. Get him in the dunk
So-
contest.
I know we're
Get
kind
him in
of
the dunk
got off that.
For real.
Kind of got off topic, but
He's a baller.
what do you guys think? I know obviously you guys aren't huge Packers fans because same division and everything
Well,
like that.
I'm
what
sorry.
do you think-
So you asked the first question. We kind of got fired up. I don't know what the Vikings. I think Vikings need defensive help.
Yeah,
I don't know what do you guys like. Before you can even get started with who do you think the Packers are going to draft? What do you think? Aaron, where do you think Aaron?
That's
Rodgers
it.
is gonna
I was just going to ask that
Okay.
question. What do you guys think about that? Do you think he's going to stay with Green Bay, or do you think I know I've heard a few teams. I've heard some talks about him going to the Jets. I've heard some talks about him going to now that Derek Carr's gone, going to Las Vegas and teaming back up with Devontae. Who else? There's another team that was in the mix too.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
So
I think his best option is to stay with the Packers.
I think that I can tell you where he's not going to go is probably the Jets
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
because you don't want to go and think you're following Brett Favre's footsteps his whole career.
exactly.
And then you don't- or if he does go to the Jets, I can only hope that he finishes his career with the Vikings.
Mhm.
But I just don't think that he can go that same path.
No, I don't think he does either.
I think Raiders would be an excellent fit. Just because you got Darren Waller, you got the people,
The pieces are there, yeah.
and
Do you
you
know
got
they're-
the crowd that
but
wants
they're
him
giving
there.
up. I mean, they're giving up a big player for
Because
Aaron Rodgers.
Raiders fans don't hate the Packers. They don't hate Aaron Rodgers.
No, but they're giving up. Like they might not have Darren Waller. They might have to. They're gonna have to give up some big pieces to get Aaron Rodgers. Whether it's a picks, I think it's gonna be a few picks and a big player.
Right.
Packers aren't gonna give him away for free.
Right. I was thinking when I was talking to one of my
Hunter
buddies
Renfrow.
the other day, and you know how nice it would be? And like just think of this. If Aaron Rodgers in a 3rd round pick gets traded to the Ravens for Lamar Jackson.
for the,
We
Lamar
talked
Jackson.
about- we talked about it on Friday,
that is
didn't
a
we?
straight win-win.
Mhm.
They're both used to the cold. They can like this offense for the Packers are kind of already built around it. They got a good offensive line, kind of old but a good offensive line.
The
They
receivers
got,
are starting.
They got
to-
young wide receivers. I mean, Lamar Jackson still
He's
has
used
time to
to
run
that.
with it. He's 26 years old.
He's used to
Exactly.
He can
Well-
go another 2 years and still. Plus, they have a lot of money. They just don't spend money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, that would be awesome to have.
You guys. The only thing is, what happens with Jordan Love? See the odd man out. Where does he go?
I think
Like,
he's got to get traded.
Yeah.
I mean, but you honestly, obviously you take him in the what do you get in the first round,
Yep.
and then you let him sit behind one of the greatest quarterbacks to learn. Hopefully, to have him start. That's their plan, right? Or that's what you'd think their plan would be is have him start.
Well, that's why they drafted him for
Yeah.
sure, with
Yeah.
that thought in their mind. Yeah.
And
For
so
sure.
do you think they're going to be like, okay, let's just
you
trade him?
wouldn't? Yeah, you wouldn't draft the quarterback in the first round with that
Thinking
not
that-
on your mind.
Exactly, but I'm saying right now, still 3 years down the line, do they still have that game plan, or is that kind of falling apart? I think that Jordan Love says if he doesn't start this year, he's going to want to go somewhere else because to be his 4th year in the league. He's almost done with his rookie contract.
But is he good? Like
I saw
I've
him play
seen
like a
enough
quarter.
tape.
I saw him
I've
play
seen
like
enough tape, like,
You-
and I still don't know if he's good.
Yeah,
I don't
you
either.
didn't see really do anything. He
Like,
threw
he-
one touchdown pass on the first play just because it was a broken coverage, and
And he played with the Chiefs, played against the Chiefs last year.
Yep.
yeah,
And I couldn't tell. I don't think he was very good. I know,
Not great.
It's a different. Chiefs are really good. Like, I mean, it was kind of different, but
Yeah.
I can't tell if he's good or not. Where, yeah, like if you really don't think he's going to be good enough, then you got to go take advantage of that deal, like,
Exactly.
or go search other quarter, go shop.
Mhm.
Because right now, like this quarterback carousel is absolutely
weird.
nuts.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it these last 2
Yeah.
years.
And then where do you think
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr's gonna go? I think he could possibly go to Indianapolis.
He could go to Indy too. I mean,
I
there's
can
so
see
many.
Indy.
Like, how many teams need a quarterback?
You know where also would be a good fit now that I think about it?
Arizona.
For, Aaron Rodgers to Tennessee.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I
That
think
would
that.
be really nice.
Well, listen. He
I
already
would-
has property out in Tennessee.
He does, yeah.
He already has a property out in Tennessee, or he just bought a property out in Tennessee like this last couple
only
months.
Really?
Really?
Who's he throwing to?
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, no, he just. I don't know if he just.
It was last year. I
Or
think.
it's been
It was
in the
right.
last.
It was right
yeah.
ahead of all the rumors
He's
last year.
already bought
Just him
property
and-
out
him
in
and-
Tennessee.
Him and Jay Cutler just out there being buddies.
But who does he have? Robert Woods? Would they obviously they're going to be if they bring in Aaron Rodgers, they have to spend money to improve their wide receiver core. They have Traylon Burks, and that's about
Yeah,
it.
I don't think he's. I think,
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
gonna
you do got the running game. So
Well,
you-
yeah,
you're not asking him to do a. You're not asking him that he has to win.
You
football
need
games.
one. You need one
do,
at least.
100%. Especially with Aaron Rodgers, you do.
You need
Yeah.
one or two wide receivers to fucking throw the ball. And I like Traylon Burks. He balled out last. I like Traylon Burks a lot.
Was there any wide receivers then entering free agency? That'd be worth.
I didn't see any. I took a screenshot of the.
Is
top
Marquise
10.
Brown? Is Marquise Brown
I
ending
don't
his
know.
contract? Because I know the Cardinals didn't. They traded him mid contract, so the Cardinals are gonna ended up taking on Marquise Brown contract, right? And so I think he's ending his end contract ends this year. I don't know if he has a team or player. I don't know.
Could, like,
do they do team or
Sharp-
player options in the
Sharp get
NFL?
there. Like I know he's gonna be
Maybe
free
I didn't say
agency. I don't know who else would be. If there's a nice name, and I don't know if they have. I don't know their situation either. But that just would make a lot of sense to me.
I can see Tennessee. Tennessee has the 11th pick. So Green Bay would probably have the 11th and the 15th if they traded away, got a first round pick
I don't
for
think
Aaron
that you
Rodgers.
trade. I don't think you trade that 11th pick for him though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Tennessee does have the 11th pick if they want to use that as trade value.
Then what? You get like the 11th pick, and then you get Aaron Rodgers and the 15th pick, and then you give away like the 3rd or something like that. Like I don't think you can give away that too much draft capital for somebody that's 39 years old.
Exactly.
Right.
So we know how long he's gonna play. You know, I think we did talk about this on
Is he in
Friday.
darkness right now?
Yes,
Sorry for
he's-
interrupting.
yep.
Is he?
I don't
is
know
he
if
still in
he's.
darkness?
He
I don't
did-
know
yes,
if
he is.
did he start it
Yeah,
already?
so he said, because somebody's like, I think Ian Rappaport came out and said like he's gonna go on Wednesday. That was false. But he said I think it was supposed to be Saturday.
By the end of the week, I
4
heard.
days, Friday or Saturday, 4 days, no lights at all in this little small cabin. I think they deliver the food through like a little like a
Yeah, like a prison hole or whatever. you
yeah.
call it.
So I don't know, and he said it's kind of like a mental reset. And then he'll have his decision by I think the end of the month.
Do
Or
you
end
think
of
you guys can
March?
do that?
No.
4 days. 4 days.
Not
and
4 days. I would
completely
try it though.
I can't even really go one day sitting at home by myself without like freaking out.
No.
Like sitting here, like yesterday,
And
I
you're
did
in
it.
the dark.
I mean,
could-
yesterday I
like,
did
no
it.
phone. Like
but-
I mean, you can't even read a book for God's
Right.
sake.
Exactly.
Like
Well,
that,
like-
I was watching TV yesterday. I sat at home all day, but I was watching TV all day. I was watching NBA. I was watching golf. Like at entertainment.
You have
If
to-
I was sitting in the darkness, I would go insane.
Yeah, and he said
I'd go
that
nuts.
he's kind of has to do like a walkthrough prior to going into the dark. Like once they turn the lights out, because he was kind of saying like I have to feel out where the toilet is.
Yeah.
I have to feel out where the shower. Cause he says he's gonna shower too.
Well, yeah. His eyes will adjust though. I bet you he'll
Be able to see in the dark.
not see
But
obviously.
you kind
Your
of
eyes adjust
Just
to where you
imagine
can
if
see
he-
highlights and stuff.
If he asks for a blindfold too,
Yeah.
just
Just
to make
imagine.
sure.
Just imagine.
Just to make sure.
I don't know. Yeah, you said
I
it's a
need
reset,
complete darkness.
No, going back to your
Yeah.
question. I was
born
I don't- Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
No.
Yeah, but
You were simply raised by the dark.
Yeah. Look at this shot. Right there.
Hey.
LeBron's
Score
gonna have-
update: Team LeBron 32, Team Giannis 30, with about 4:30 left in, or 4 minutes
Jeez.
left in the first quarter.
This 50,
Jason Tatum just had another
looks-
three,
it
so
looks
it's 33-32. Team Giannis is up 33-32.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
Oh,
No,
it's right
not
on.
50.
Yeah.
Right where I said I was going to be.
Who knows if they do this shit?
Oh, they're gonna be. Yeah.
What did you say? You said it was gonna be like 30 something.
I think I said 37-34, so obviously
no,
it's
I
going to be
think
way more
it'll
than
be more
that.
than
But I don't think it's going to be 50.
I don't know.
20 points in 4
depends on
minutes?
the threes
They love
hit.
showcasing. Is this the best showcase of talent
Yeah,
in any one of these ones?
I think
like
so.
in any one of the All-Star games. I think it'd have to be
Yeah, for sure, because you got 10 people on the field at once.
where they're just literally like
And that flag
hitting a
football.
lot of shots.
Yeah, that flag football, though, I do like that. That was pretty entertaining because,
But
we
It's
brought
not
this up.
showcase of the talent though.
Right, but we brought this up last podcast. The Pro Bowl when they were playing in Hawaii, the tackle football, like actual game, it kind of just turned into a 2-hand touch. It wasn't really that entertaining. It was more of just like, hey, this is the All-Star weekend. This is just an extra game before the Super Bowl. But with this year's, I mean, it was kind of entertaining. I think the players had a lot more fun during this. It looked like they had a lot more fun during this kind of setup and everything like that. You got to see their faces at all times. It wasn't like they're wearing pads and helmets and stuff, so it was pretty fun.
You know what was the best though? The best All-Star game was the MLB one.
MLB, I was just about to say, they
I
have
like
a
the
pretty
home- I
good
like the home
showcase of
run.
talent too. They
The
have
home run
reason
derby.
why too, like I don't
And I
know
like
if
the celebrity
the
shit,
majority
too.
of people know this, but except for like the last 3 years, they stopped doing it. But before that, whoever won the All-Star game hosted the World Series. Was home field advantage.
and they still do
So
that?
the AL, if AL won, the AL team makes it to they're the home team. They got the 4 games.
Oh no!
Okay.
So there was actually
So
like
there
an
was actually something
incentive
on the
behind the
That's why
game.
those games are so much more entertaining, and you can't really screw up baseball. Like, how can you say, "Hey, I'm going to throw a 95 mile an hour fastball"? You got to
Mhm.
hit it. You know what I mean? You can't really that. Like, that's the defenses. You got to hit it, or you got to
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's why the baseball was so perfect with that. Where, should there be incentives with this, or do you just let it just kind of just be a pickup game? But then, if you do a pickup game, bring in, kind of the dudes from the mixtape. Then
Yeah.
you know,
Right,
like
like
kind of do
yeah.
like stuff like that.
Do you think
Like,
there should be
like,
incentives?
Make it more fun.
They
with
do
it.
have incentives. I
For
mean,
the-
if they score a certain amount of points or they put up
Oh, do
so many
they?
dunks,
I don't
Is
know.
it
think they
instead of
get.
that they get paid, or is it more of like a donation where like that they donate that?
They get paid for a certain amount of.
Okay.
If you win the 3-point contest, I think you win.
I know like the
not
in the-
win, but you get
in the
paid a
MLB.
certain
There's
amount.
an incentive, like whoever win, or you get a payment if you win the home run derby.
Yeah.
It's like 50.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's the same too. If the winning team gets more money than the losing team, stuff
Right.
like that, like you're probably still making $250,000. But,
Exactly.
But
But to them, that's like
and
3 games.
and the incentive too, actually, for especially the NBA, is then when it comes contract time, you can make max contracts if you make 3rd team All Pro or any All Pro
Yeah.
or All Star team. So I mean, you make money before the All Star game.
Mhm.
Right, like if you get
You're
selected,
making-
you get a automatic bonus just because you made the All Star
Yeah.
game. So there
And then
are
come contract time,
incentives.
you get that. You
Yeah,
get that
so there
bonus,
are
like, hey,
there
you
are
made an All-Star game, so then
incentives.
you're now, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, nothing like where the whole conference is competing
To help out.
for not just your team but every other team in the AL in the
Yeah.
AL.
And I do like that personally.
I mean, yeah. So it's not.
There's
It's
a lot
actual.
riding on it.
It's
Yeah.
actually like, but they don't do East versus West anymore, so it's kind of tough. But like, if they were still to do the East versus West, that would be kind of fun to kind of like, hey, whoever wins this is where the finals are happening.
See,
Yeah.
that would be fun. I like
You
that.
get home court advantage all the way until the finals, but when it comes to the finals, whatever
Whoever,
the East or the West, whoever wins, that'd be fun.
I like that idea. Like that was a fun idea for baseball, and they just got too scared of injuries and whatnot, just like every other
Mhm.
league.
Yeah.
Now, but I think that was just a good idea, and it kept people interested, or
Right,
kept like
but
baseball
this-
fans more interested.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and I know-
is my team gonna have a potential chance of
Having
4
home
games
field
instead-
advantage,
yeah.
yeah, right. But I mean, so I get that, but NFL is such a huge money-driven business. So I mean,
You can't do it in the NFL.
Yeah,
NFL
'cause
Super Bowl is
the
wherever
newest
Super Bowl's played,
stadium,
that's
the
it.
newest stadium, the newest stadium.
The newest.
The newest stadium. No, the newest stadium built is always the next year. Like they did it with Dallas, they did it with Minnesota, they did it with Los
They did it
Angeles.
with New York.
Yeah, so I mean, anywhere that they're gonna build a new stadium, that's probably where the Super Bowl is gonna be not that year, but probably the next year after it's been
So
established.
when are they going to Vegas?
I think it's this year.
It will be okay.
I think so. I think I think it's going to be this year because the stadium was built last year, so they obviously
About 3 years ago.
3
Yeah,
Something
it
like
was
that,
a-
but
three
it was
se-
still, like,
yeah, but yeah,
a few years ago.
once it gets established, it's always the next Super Bowl spot.
Yeah,
and I
and
think they did say
that'd
that
be
this
pretty fun.
this last
That's
year
broadcast,
there
okay.
was going to be.
They
in,
have like a club there, don't they? At the stadium, like it's right behind the one side of the end zone.
possible.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
It's like a
imagine.
little restaurant, I think.
Yeah.
Well, they have those in a lot of, but that's pretty. I wouldn't imagine. Or I would not expect it not to be in a Las Vegas stadium.
Exactly.
They probably have a mini casino in there.
Knowing their fans going from Oakland and then going to Vegas, the city that never sleeps. And all that drinking and stuff. I bet the fans are rowdy.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Vegas
Like,
fans have been rowdy since the Vegas or the
Vegas
Oakland
Knights.
Raiders.
Well,
and,
yeah,
I mean,
they're in Oakland,
Vegas
yeah.
fans have been rowdy since the Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Like hockey.
well, yeah, 5 years ago or whatever
Yeah,
in Vegas.
they've been fans like as soon as. That's why I think like NBA and or MLB, they're all going to that.
And I'm
That's where
surprised,
too.
and I'm surprised with all that money in Las Vegas. The first professional team was only 5 years ago, or whenever the Golden Knights were established. What was that? 5 years ago or
let's
whatever?
just say 5 years.
Oh, it took hundreds, 150 years for the most profitable city in America, or maybe not the most profitable, but
Up there,
yeah,
for sure.
city where a lot of money's moving at one time.
right. And not to have a professional sports team there, that seems
was
kind of
weird.
whack to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was weird, but now they. No.
seems kind of silly to me, but yeah, now that they have one, they're just gonna keep making more and more and more.
Yep.
I mean, they see how much money it's bringing in.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got to think that it sounds funny, but Oakland Raiders went there, or I guess, yeah, Oakland Raiders went there. I think Oakland Athletics for baseball is going to head there now. Like, they're just stealing the Oakland team.
Well, how many-
You know?
Well, how many California teams are there? You got Los Angeles
Niners.
twice in basketball. You got
twice in
Sacramento,
basketball. They got twice in football because the Chargers and Rams.
right?
They got
But you got
two in-
Sacramento Kings,
Yeah.
Golden State Warriors,
Okay.
Los Angeles Clippers, Los Angeles Lakers. You
Yeah.
got probably 5 basketball teams there alone.
In the NFL, you got
2.
Chargers and
no,
then
San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah,
And you got
So they got probably almost
you
10.
got 3.
3.
Then
And then
That's eight-
I don't know
that's-
about baseball.
baseball, I mean, you got the
18
Giants,
sports.
you got the A's, you got the Dodgers, you got the Anaheim Angels.
See, dude,
They got so many teams.
You think they
at San
actually
Diego
put-
Padres? There's a bunch of teams out
Do you
there.
think
Yeah.
they put 2 NFL
California
teams in
is
Las
fucking
Vegas?
huge with sports. So I'm not surprised that Las Vegas being an hour and a half
4
away,
hours away.
4 hours
Yeah,
away, are
it's 4 hour
taking these teams from California because they don't need that. I mean,
They don't need any
they don't
teams.
fucking need that many
Yeah,
teams,
no.
bro. But yeah,
Right? They probably say like this city ain't big enough for both of us.
Yeah.
One of us got to scoot. Las Vegas is like, come on down, baby.
yeah. When are they gonna make more teams around the Midwest? I mean, I guess
know,
the
where-
population
is there a
isn't here for ticket sales or probably to support a team. But I mean, if you get like a Nebraska team, or I guess Kansas is there, and Minnesota.
Yeah.
But there's no Wyoming, there's no Montana, there's no
But they don't have
North
the
Dakota,
Where do
South
you, where do you
Dakota,
put it though?
Utah. I guess there's there a Utah football team? No, there's no Utah football
No.
team.
Where do you put it though? Like, I mean, the teams that have like Utah, for instance, these seats can fill what 20,000.
Mhm.
You can't put a butt in for 68,000 seat stadium
Yeah.
for using only 8 times a year.
What would the Pentagon hold? How many? What's
I think
not
the
the
best-
Pentagon, but the
Sanford.
Denny Sanford. How many does that hold?
I don't know.
I think I talked to someone. It was
30?
like it holds like on concert
18?
days. It holds like a 12,000.
Oh, so not very many.
But
Other than
I
that,
it's
yeah.
a good place. Even just put a dome over it. How about Howard Wood?
That's a fun fact.
Expanded
for
a
you.
little bit, but their parking situation's perfect. I mean, they have a shit ton of parking at Howard
Did
Wood.
you guys know the first game that the Vikings played
What was at Howard Wood?
was at Howard Wood?
Yeah, I think I
Isn't that something?
The
Howard
first
Wood-
game the Minnesota
Minnesota
Vikings had
Vikings, yep.
ever played in the
Yep.
franchise history
Yeah,
was at Howard
when they
Wood.
were established, their first game was at Howard Wood.
Really?
Mhm.
No, I did not know that. I did not know Howard Wood was there that long.
that's a fun fact. Hey, 46-46.
Ooh,
End of the first.
You know,
On pace for-
I really thought it was going to be 55-48.
Yeah.
On pace for
Dude,
160
that's
though.
thinking,
First quarter tied, $50,000 to each charity. Hell yeah!
See,
Raise the Future and Big Brothers and Big Sisters Association. Hell yeah, that's crazy.
I always like when they do that. These games are good for a good cause. They always
Right.
do some type of charity.
Do you guys
This is
know
the
the
talk I was
points?
talking
What
about.
was the over/under in points this game? Do you know?
I have no. I can.
I didn't
We're
check
at
it before,
92 in the first quarter.
You,
Right.
you have to check
That's
it
pretty
before-
awesome.
you
before the
can,
game starts.
yeah, you have to check before, but you can see it now.
Can you?
Yeah.
Where does it say that on Bleacher Report?
Just go to ESPN.
What kind of topics we got coming up?
I mean, not a whole lot. I mean, we can go into some politicals about we can do an update on the UFOs
So, yeah, you
and
want
stuff.
to? Yeah, let's do an update because we kind of talked about it. We don't have to spend a lot of time on it. But I just want to kind of touch base now that Austin's here. He can have his input on it.
Yeah. So I mean, just recapping. February 4th, the Chinese spy balloon. You heard about that and everything. That got shot down on the coast of South Carolina, and then from February 10th, 11th, and 12th, three more not balloons, but unidentified flying objects or whatever, UAFs now or whatever they're calling them now, were shot down. But I did not some more research, but I was just listening to some things. Did you know each missile fired at those balloons cost $2.5 million? The missile alone, not the fuel, not
Jesus.
gathering all the jets,
That is
not gathering, making sure it's organized, the takeoff and everything. Just the missile cost $2.5 million.
You know what's crazy? Is us three just got excited that $50,000 to charity were for those.
And then
$2.5
$2.5
million.
Isn't that nuts?
That is insane.
But yeah, just a little update on they did some more digging in the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and found some.
Were they digging or swimming?
Probably both,
I don't know if you
man.
can dig in the ocean. I don't know.
I don't know, but it sunk to the bottom, so I don't know if they were doing anything weird like that. But they did say they found significant debris from that Chinese spy balloon. They found some electronics and everything, so they're able to recover. And they said they found some pretty significant surveillance footage that balloon had
Of the
captured.
US.
Whatever it was
Whatever they
floating
got,
over
yeah.
top of at that time, and whatever it was trying to capture, the government said it found recovered significant debris and footage from that. So
So like, I don't know how they like. Do you have to shoot it in the right spot? You know how if you go deer hunting, you got to shoot in the right spot in order to get the most meat. You have to shoot like. Do you know what you're shooting at?
right. So on that first one, on the Chinese one, so there obviously was a balloon, right? So you had that humongous like balloon over top of it, but the metal. So there was like a kind of like a receiver or like it was 3 bus lengths long. Whatever the machine underneath it was 3 bus lengths long, and in the middle of that is the payload, which keeps track of all of the memory. So it's kind of like a black box on like
Yeah.
a plane that crashes,
Yep.
saves all that memory. That's what that payload is, and that's what I don't know if they recovered that. It didn't say that in the article I was reading. They just said they found
If it's
significant
it
debris.
must have been though, right?
Yeah,
You would have
because they
to
said
assume, I guess.
electronics and stuff, and they said that it was they recovered significant footage from obviously whatever they were recording. Obviously they got what they wanted or something, because
Yeah.
the U.S. shot it down and said
That's
they had
good.
significant
That's
footage.
good. Now they can kind of investigate that.
Yeah, but the other 3 that were shot down, they say were either like they don't know what they were, but they assume they were either more commercial, or for commercial or benign. So nothing of importance, but we don't know.
Mhm.
They haven't
They just lied
recovered.
to us, so then they're leaking.
Yeah, how much
stuff.
information
Right, dude.
China-
See, that's
China's
what-
listening.
that's-
I
That's
I
the
don't know.
thing. Like, are they like actually like hiding
This is a
shit from
mind
us and like saying, hey, this was? They're kind of saying we found this, but in reality, it's actually this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I think they hide a lot of stuff from.
oh, for sure. There's
I think, yeah.
things out there. Elon Musk buying Twitter or taking over Twitter and releasing all those documents, like the Hunter Biden thing.
Yeah,
And we won't go into politics and stuff like
He
that, but
was-
like,
touched on that. Did you see that video of him like Was he smoking crystal meth like at the bottom of a pool or something?
I'm not sure, but yeah, there's been some controversy. But Elon Musk, like,
I haven't heard that either. I don't know how you can smoke crystal meth.
I don't know.
No, I'm not. I am not joking.
But like, you must have like I don't know. I don't know even how you do it.
At the bottom of how do you light a lighter?
I don't know.
I know.
I swear to God, there was a video of him doing
Is he
that.
like a bubble boy? Like you gotta be in a bubble.
Yeah.
Smoking a bubble. I don't know.
But no, I've heard. I mean, there's been some things said. I mean, I don't get into it at all, but yeah, I think that there's more truth coming out now than what the government wants to come out. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
But they're hiding some stuff.
I would say for sure there's stuff that
Doesn't need to get out.
Mm-hmm. And probably better off not coming out.
Better off that we don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But Julius Randle, I just saw him take a 3 and miss it. He was in the 3-point contest too.
How did he do? I saw that.
Not very good. I think he made like 8 points. I think. How would you fare in a 3-point contest? I think it would be pretty. You have a minute 30 to complete 4 racks of 5 balls used to shoot 20 shots,
And then the money
ball's worth what, 2 or
2,
3?
and you get a whole rack of them. So you get 4 racks. 3 of them are the 4 balls plus the money ball. And then this year and last year they had the starry.
How many balls are on each cart?
5.
Correct.
This and last year, last couple of years, they've had the starry. Have you ever heard of starry?
So
It's
it's
like
like
Sprite.
Sierra Mist.
It's like Sprite or Sierra Mist.
Sierra Mist
Is it
changed
good?
its name. It's really
I heard it.
You had it?
I heard it hits different though. That's what they advertised. That's their motto or slogan. Hits different.
It's different.
So definitely want to try it. But they have the starry ball, which is worth 3 points, and you get 2 of those throughout your round.
Now, do you get to choose where you want those
The
at?
money rack? No, you don't get to choose the starries. Those ones. So you get a corner, you get the wing. Oh, you get 5 racks. You get the corner,
Yeah.
the wing, top of the key, wing, corner. And then the starry ones are in between the wings and the top of the key. So, but they're deeper. They're not at the 3-point line. They're like 6 feet, 7 feet behind the 3-point line.
Or
So
like
it's
the
deeper.
essential 4-point play would be.
Right. That's exactly what. Yeah. So you get 3 points for that, for making that. And for Dame, that's easy. That's his average ranges.
He does. He's got
Logo
range.
Lillard.
Yeah, they don't call him Lolo Lillard for nothing, but yeah, no, Julius Randle was in it. He didn't.
How fair you ask though?
Yeah, how would you think? How many points?
is their total? Now I'm getting confused.
So if there's 5 racks,
so you get 20 points.
4, 8, 12.
So no, there's 5 racks.
4, 8, 12, 16, 18,
No.
20, 22, 24. That's the 4. That's
So you
4
get
racks.
24 total.
That's 4 racks.
No, hold up,
And then
hold
the
up.
5th rack's
Hold
money
up,
balls.
hold up. So yeah, there's 4 normal racks. So 4 times 4 is 16.
Yep.
Plus
18, 20, 22, 24. Those are 4 racks.
So yeah, that's 24.
Yep.
Plus
That
you get
money ball
2
rack.
points. So the last rack, the money ball rack, is worth 10. So that's 34 plus
Sprite ball,
6,
whatever.
40.
So 40
So what were the scores? Like
The highest score was 31
from
by
NBA
Tyrese
range.
Halliburton.
From NBA range, it just depends on if I get hot or not. But I'd just say.
We'll just say you're doing it from, say you're doing the 3-point contest from high school range, doing our normal range.
I mean,
I don't even know, dude.
being the competitor that I am, I'd probably go like 24.
2 years in a
24.
row.
I mean, that wouldn't, I don't think that's unrealistic.
From far out like these guys, I'd
Watch this.
probably 9.
Bang.
No, LeBron just took a 3.
No, I would
and
not
missed
fare
it,
well
but
at all because the past
deep.
3 years we've been in men's league, I've shot a total of like 5 times.
5
Well, that's
threes.
how are they
Yeah.
No,
Doing
just
this.
5 times shooting wise.
Why
Jump
is it
shot.
13?
You win by quarter. It's by quarter. The same thing they did last year. Each quarter, a winner is announced, and that's why they did the 50,000. So if they tied, so I think if they win that quarter, the Giannis they get 100,000. But if they tie, each side gets 50.
Okay.
And this is what they did last year,
So
and
how
this
do
is what
you-
I really don't like. Is where they split it up quarter by quarter.
Yeah, I mentioned that last week.
Yeah.
So how do you so at the very end, the fourth quarter, does it show all the points? And then see who
Yeah, I
wins?
think it shows the total of how many points were
Mhm.
scored.
Yeah,
I think the fourth quarter is
right
worth
now,
more.
obviously it's tied 'cause it's
I think the
15.
fourth quarter is worth more, like donation money. I think. I'm not
So I
100
like that
percent
this is
sure.
a big charity event. I think that's really cool.
I do too.
Mhm.
Gets the fans involved, gets charities involved.
Oh, Jalen.
You kinda
No,
see
I
that.
agree, Austin. I
Hey.
like that it's charity gets
Jaren
the fans
Jackson.
involved.
There's Jaren Jackson. You were just talking about him.
Memphis.
Yeah, he's out of
Do you think
Memphis.
like
He's guarding. That's the best part. He's guarding his buddy.
Do you think
Yeah.
non-basketball fans
No,
watch this?
Oh my God,
I wouldn't
he did a
go for the
360.
block,
That
but
was
yeah.
sick.
Do you think non-basketball fans watch this just because it is
No.
a charity? You don't think so?
Absolutely not. Because I don't think if I were not here, I wouldn't watch it. I'm a basketball
There's
fan.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd probably be watching it.
But
Speaking of All Stars, Anthony Edwards, not underrated for sure, not underrated, but I do think he should have won instead of being a split MVP or Rookie of the Year. Definitely should have won it outright.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, give props to LaMelo. They're both averaging 24, 6 and 6 at the end of the season, or by the end of when the regular season was done. But Anthony Edwards played probably 30 more games and was still averaging those same numbers. So, but yeah, I do.
Yeah, and
I love Anthony Edwards.
I don't even think it was a split. I think that LaMelo
I
actually
think
won it.
LaMelo
Outright won it.
outright. They didn't say, "Hey, 1A, 1B" type deal.
I mean,
it was an
it
outright.
was 1A, 1B, but I think it was just LaMelo
Yeah.
won it.
Yeah.
But
But they wanted to give some, because I mean, you can't take away what Anthony Edwards did either, and he's not done. He's done it for the past 3 years.
yeah, especially during that postseason against the Grizzlies last year.
Jesus.
That guy was like the first person at 20 years or younger, whatnot, to average like 25 or 28 points. Like he put up crazy numbers.
Yeah.
And then this season, he finally kind of got a little bit of recognition. He was obviously a sub. Who got in before him for the All Star? Because he was like, hey, somebody else didn't make it, so here you are.
Ja.
No, Anthony Edwards and
Oh, Anthony Edwards. That was
was it Giannis? I guess.
Oh, there he is.
I don't know. Somebody couldn't make it.
No, I heard that too.
So
I heard that too
he was
before
like the next call up. But this guy is going to be really good.
Was that the guy you're
Funny
talking
enough,
about? He was last week. You said that he was selected, but he chose not to, or something like, or that was the 3-point contest or something like that.
the slam dunk contest.
He said he wanted to focus on the remainder of the year.
Yeah, that was the slam dunk contest.
Who was that?
But that was Brandon.
Yeah, I really don't. I know, like,
Brendan, not Ingram.
No.
but it's funny because like I don't have Bally Sports Network, but I watch probably Timberwolves games once every 2 weeks. Follow them all the time, but once every 2 weeks I actually get to watch them. Whatnot, they're on ESPN, they're on TNT, something like that. Every 2 weeks, then Ant looks bigger and bigger. He looks bigger and stronger. He's only 21. Like he looks bigger and stronger. Like he's gonna fill in to be a bad mother jam.
Yeah, he will.
Dude, I'm excited to be a part of and just watch like all these great fucking superstars.
The
We're
young
just
ones.
starting, like
It's in good hands. The NBA is in really good hands.
NBA, and
I think NFL's in good hands
we get to
too.
watch. We get to watch. I mean, you may have got to watch Tom Brady get drafted. When was it, 1998,
2000.
2000? So you might have got to like. I don't remember,
I remember Tom Brady.
but
Not
getting
drafted,
drafted and then playing like I didn't
remember
start
when he
watching
was young.
football. I didn't start watching
remember
probably football until I was what, and actually knew what was going on until I was like maybe 9 or 10, maybe 8, and I actually knew what was going on when I actually started playing football and started seeing Tom Brady. So I didn't get to like watch Tom Brady and like experience like him coming out of Michigan. I didn't know where like
Yeah.
him coming out of
I had
Michigan,
no idea out of Michigan.
not fighting. Like he was in a QB fight for like 3 years
In
before he
Michigan?
actually got the start, or like he was in a QB fight for his friend, or like
How the story is, because I was kind of watching it.
they have a documentary on it too if
and
you want to watch it. But
he was like the starting quarterback his junior year, right?
did he have
He
to
was
fight
winning-
for that
He was winning games, whatnot, and then it came like the biggest quarterback
rival?
recruit that ever Michigan's ever had.
Yeah, they had
All the pressure was on Lloyd Carter. You got to start this cat.
they had 3 huge ones.
So then they
But-
started putting in this cat, like, yep, this dude is going to be the next guy, whatnot. He's the future.
who
And then they filled in Tom Brady for the fourth quarters, and he just kept on coming back and
Right.
coming back.
Do you know
who
he
the-
had like 6 comebacks.
do you know who
because they
the
filled him in like he was like the reliever.
can you remember the name of the other 2 quarterbacks that up here? Brian, was it? Obviously not Brian Leftwich.
For who?
The Michigan rivalry.
And then like the quarterback. And
Yeah.
and
The other 2
quarterback.
their
I
2
have no
quarterbacks.
idea.
Yeah, I don't
It was
know either.
Brand-
They were big
yeah.
names. They were big names though. They weren't like
No,
scrub.
they
They
were
all
not.
both went on to continue playing the NFL.
I think one of them, the dude I'm thinking of, like the big He went like
Byron Leftwich.
No, because it was a white quarterback.
But it was like, yeah, Brian. I think it started with an S. It's not Scalabrine, but
Right.
But I know he actually played in the NFL
I think
and
he
did
played
great.
in the MLB. I think he was a 2-sport dual athlete. I
Okay.
think he played MLB, but yeah, like. It wasn't no slouches, but then for whatever reason the boosters kept on feeling so
Right.
much pressure with Tom Brady, and then Tom Brady's like, well, yeah, of course I'm gonna lead you to victory here. So he just like kept on throwing like fourth quarters. They're like, Brady, get in there, and he's like leading them. It's just absurd. Like even the lack of disrespect that they had, or like the disrespect that they had for him, the lack of confidence, and then
Right.
and they're like, well, yeah, dude, well you could finish the game. It's like, what were you doing in the first place?
Well, then even when he came into the NFL, he wasn't starting right away. He got not
He
lucky. He didn't get lucky, but the quarterback got hurt. What was his name?
Drew Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe got hurt, and he got his opportunity. It was at the beginning. It was the end of the season, right? Or
It
like,
was like week 9 or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah,
like
towards
that.
the end.
but then he went on to win the Super Bowl, right? And this
Yeah,
was his rookie year, and
Beat the Rams.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, shout out Tom Brady.
just
That was fun.
okay. So
Great
going back
career.
on the topic we were talking
and
about,
Terry, SDSU.
Yep.
yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, going back on the topic we were talking about, we get to watch Patrick Mahomes in our time go on to be not hopefully pass, but projected to pass Tom Brady and all the stats that he's ever put up too.
Yeah.
Um,
It's fun to watch for sure.
Like look at all the
Being
greatness
part of
that
history,
we've
witness
seen in our
history.
lifetime that we can remember. Like,
Kobe,
say what you want. Yeah,
LeBron.
Kobe, you could say what you want about LeBron. Everyone likes Kobe. LeBron James, Tiger Woods, Tom Brady.
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get into tennis, fair enough. But like Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic, they're all three like.
Oh,
three,
and hockey.
Serena Williams too.
And
Shout out to all
hockey.
you ladies out there.
Crosby, Yakovic, not Yakovic.
Ovechkin.
Ovechkin,
They're
I
not
mean,
quite. not-
They're a little older.
they're
Ovechkin's
not-
a little
they're
older.
Not quite the Gretzky level, but
Yeah.
like
but
greats,
still
yeah.
greats. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I mean, yeah, it's a fun time to
Weird,
be
yeah. The
watching
athletes
sports.
are getting better and better, and
Yep.
we're like literally like right in the perfect age where dude we're seeing it all. Man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe I wish we saw Jordan. I wish we saw Joe Montana, but
Yeah,
even now like people are saying it's now Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. Joe Montana's kind of the afterthought.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you watch any of or when LeBron broke the scoring record?
Watch the whole game.
Did you? Oh, you did.
Yep.
So I couldn't watch it. I told it. I think on our first podcast, I wasn't able to watch it. I think it was on TNT, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get TNT, so I had to you can get like the 10-minute free trial, or you can like a snippet. So I had to time it up just right to see him make the last basket.
so he was like logging in. He's like, "Fuck, he's not there yet," and then he would log back
I think
out.
I got on right when he scored his 34th point, so I was able to see him score that basket to break the scoring record.
Oh, Tyrese Halliburton, the one that just shot that there. Score update quick. Giannis 29, LeBron 28. 4 minutes left in
Of the
the
second quarter.
in the second quarter. So yeah, they restart every
46,
quarter.
46 now. Yeah. we
Yep,
can do
they
the math,
restart.
but-
They restart every quarter. They win. You win the quarter. You win that. You know what I mean?
No, I'm a big time LeBron fan.
Same.
Hasn't he sat out like the last 4 games? No, he returned 1 game before. The
Yeah, but
All-Star game,
he had an ankle
Why
injury.
is
I think.
Why is he playing in this All-Star game when he set out like 3
I don't know.
or 4
That's
of
a
the
great
last
question.
5
That's a
great
games,
question.
something like that? And I like LeBron. I just like what are you doing, man? Like, aren't you supposed to win for your team?
Yeah,
I get this is a showcase and you try to build the game, but
I think he is chasing a record right now, though, for the most points scored in an All-Star game.
well, I don't care.
I think that's
about
what he's
that.
doing.
If he's trying to score, I don't care. About
But-
quit chasing that record.
Yeah,
start chasing
right.
championship record.
And they need to win.
Right.
Like they have 23
But
games left.
The
Right,
thing
they
is,
need to win.
the thing is, MJ's
He
and
pumps.
yeah,
Joker's back.
that's the second time he's done
There you
that.
go.
LeBron James
Oh.
postseason scoring
Oh.
it has more than Michael Jordan by like 300 points in
Really?
postseason scoring, just because he's been there 13 times.
13.
I think he's been to the
I think
NBA
it's
Finals 13
more, I
times.
think it's more than that.
I know he went 9 times in a row.
But he's been to the NBA Finals like
Or
13
8 times.
times. It's just his longevity. But I'm saying there's no one ever going to break that record ever again in
10.
NBA
He's made
history.
it to 10 finals.
10 Finals.
Yeah, but I think he's got more. I think it's more than 300 points.
It might be. But it might be. But I'm just saying, I don't know what they were just saying that he has
He's got
the
most of
record
all time.
all time, and it's not even close. Like Michael Jordan's the next, What's Bill Russell at?
No, the second is for playoffs. I think it's still Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
I think Abdul-Jabbar or maybe Karl Malone in the second for postseason.
Maybe
I
we
don't
can
think
just look that up quick. You want to look that up?
Here's your phone's right here.
Yeah, we got a stat. We got to make sure that
You want to toss me a beer? Bud Light. What's your favorite? Your favorite beer is Coors Light.
Coors
right?
Light, but you know what? This one's for the buds.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll look this up quick, but I just want to kind of get kind of requests and not requests, but I've heard some feedback on the podcast, and a lot of people are saying they like top 5 lists. And so like when we like if you were the all-star captain, who would you pick?
Yeah.
And you named your top 5 and stuff like that. So let's kind of do kind of a game like that, or like a section like that. We'll start with Stin, just because he knows a lot about sports. What are your top five quarterbacks playing in the game right now, besides Patrick Mahomes being number 1? Who are your next 5?
So do you want outside of Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, because we know Okay, let's just go. Is Patrick Mahomes obviously the number 1 quarterback in the NFL right now?
Unanimously, us three. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback
Yeah,
in the
I
NFL.
wouldn't pick him first, but yeah.
Playing in the NFL right now.
I would do Aaron Rodgers first, but that's biased. Yeah.
That's very like if you can just say.
So who would you want to start your team today with going forward?
Of course, Patrick Mahomes is younger.
Okay, so Patrick Mahomes is number 1. So who are your next 5? We'll start with the next top 5 quarterbacks playing in the game right now. So Tom Brady, if you want to include him, you can, just because he retired this year. We'll go off last year's. Not stats, but who you, in your personal opinion, not off statisticals, but in your personal opinion, who do you think has the top 5 game in the NFL?
I think one after Patrick Mahomes would be Joe Burrow. I don't think I have to say anything. He wins a lot.
What makes Joe Burrow stand out to be? Hey,
he's got that swagger.
He's the next Tom Brady, or like people are saying he's the next Tom Brady, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's easy, right? He made it to a Super Bowl. He got injured his first year. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, let's just backtrack. He won a national championship.
Right. And with style, with swag, he balled out.
He's smoking cigars with freaking OBJ when he's like,
right. But that's not even the point. Didn't he score? Didn't he throw for like 350 and 4 touchdowns?
He set the most touchdown record.
5 touchdowns.
He set the touchdown record in college football.
Yeah.
The most touchdowns.
I mean, he threw for like 5,000 yards, 60, 70 touchdowns.
So Joe Burrow, number 1. Again, he just wins. Like no matter what, he's just
the winner. He's been to what, 2 AFC championships?
1 Super Bowl. Again, out of 3 years, but then that
and one year was hurt.
He was just hurt.
Yep.
So Joe Burrow 1. I would say Justin Herbert 2. A lot of people think
Herbert,
he's just the coach. I really think he's just the coach away, like the right coach away from being the guy.
He showed a lot of potential his first year, and then
he hasn't been soft.
He's a baller, though.
He's been balling out.
Yeah, he doesn't get a lot of attention or talked about at all.
Which is weird, kind of.
But the talk he does get talked about is all negative, like what's going on with Justin Herbert. Like he's not even that good. We all thought he was his rookie year. Now he's not playing.
Herbert's plenty good. I think people will give him the credit.
But that's kind of the narrative about his game right now, like compared to Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, the same kind of class.
That was going to be my next, Josh Allen.
There you go.
He turns the ball over a little bit too much to my liking. He makes a little bit of kind of dumb mistakes. He can still ball out. Like, he can win a Super Bowl. It's like, what I love him on the
same thing.
There's
2 AFC championship games. Like,
no, he's never made he's just a divisional round guy. Right?
Yeah, dude, that last 3 tough losses too. Tough losses.
He made it to the championship 2 years ago, I guess. Mm-hmm. Against the 3 years ago, I guess, 3 seasons ago. He made it to the AFC championship.
He's a dog too. I like his physicality. I like him a lot. The way he runs.
Third. Oh, that's where it starts getting tough because
because you got Lamar Jackson, you got Jalen Hurts, and that's kind of the conversation we kind of had on the side was, where's Lamar Jackson? I mean, where's the talk about Lamar Jackson? I know he's been hurt. He got hurt halfway through the season, but the last 3 years he's been putting up MVP numbers, and he's won MVP.
Yeah.
If you give me full health, I would say him 4th. Am I missing
He's dangerous the way he can.
I don't think I am. I would say him 4th, and then I'd say 5th is Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is now as soon as he got a quarterback, or as soon as he got a head coach.
He had a good year this year.
Doug Peterson, dude.
Especially from like November on, he had the best quarterback rating. Like, he was like straight up balling off.
Yeah.
And like,
Second half of the season,
he just showed like
dogged
leaps and
out,
bounds
yeah.
of what it takes.
Yep.
And he's
That
a national
first year with
champion, too.
Urban Meyer really set him back. But now
It
he's
killed
like,
his confidence
like
with Urban
legitimate.
Meyer.
He's yeah.
But then I think Travis Etienne balled out in the second half of that season too. I think Doug Peterson really turned that, and they got wide receivers that are bearing. Christian Kirk never got talked about at
You know
Arizona.
who's coming around too? Like next season, Calvin Ridley.
Yep.
The one that got
He plays for the
suspended.
Yeah,
The one that got
he's on
suspended.
team too, and that dude's a big ball threat. Like he is, he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's kind of a question mark that I think could be good, and like I can't put him on the list just because Deshaun Watson. Like let's not sleep on him.
He only played what 6 games this year.
Something like
But-
that, and he did sat out a year before. But
Terrible. He didn't play very well at all.
nope, he did.
No, I put him
150 yards a
Yeah.
game,
I put him
maybe
on
a
my-
touchdown, maybe.
I started him on my fantasy just to see how he'd play.
It's fun. It's fun to draft him at the beginning of your fantasy. Like, oh, if he comes out week 13 and just goes off for 300 every game
That's
with
just
3
hopeful, that's
touchdowns,
just hopeful
yeah.
thinking too.
Well, yeah, that's the same thing
It's
when you.
soulful thinking.
Well, that's just the same thing with fantasy any year.
True, but
You draft
but
Christian
you do have
McCaffrey
those
first round,
players.
and you're like, the past 3 seasons, if you draft Christian
Exactly.
McCaffrey, you're fucked.
But you do have
So
those
let's-
players.
But then
that
I
are
draft
gonna
Christian.
ball out.
I
Let's
draft
hear yours, man. Let's hear
yeah,
yours.
top 5.
All right,
Top five
I'll
QBs.
probably go.
And hey, you know what? Honestly, though, you gotta say Aaron Rodgers first because
Yeah.
you said
Yeah.
in front of
Yeah,
Patrick
And you got to
Mahomes.
back it
I'll
up.
probably go. After that, I'll go Mike Glennon. I'm just joking. I was also gonna say Ryan Fitzpatrick, but no. I'd probably have to go. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers first. I'll do 5 after that. Obviously, I'll take Patrick Mahomes.
No, Patrick Mahomes is 1. We already solidified that.
Okay.
So
Well, that's
next
not my
one is
that's not my one.
no 1.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So
automatic 1 is
So
Mahomes.
what's-
I'll go Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is your number. Your
Yep.
next. Your
I
1A, 1B. Yeah,
Yep,
sure,
yep.
sure.
And then I'll probably have to go. Oh, I do like I like Josh Allen, just the way he's able to do. Like he's a dual threat. I feel like he can run, he can pass.
He does make the defense, on their toes all the
Mhm.
time.
And I,
He- yeah.
And I so that let's see here. Oh, I don't know. I'd probably have to say I like Lamar Jackson too, just because I like those type of quarterbacks that are dual threat.
hmm
And
It's tough to
Lamar Jackson
defend
got so
that.
much shit throughout his career. Or at the beginning of his career, he couldn't pass,
Right. Well, it's like
and that's totally false because I've seen
With
him
a-
sling some bombs and
with a-
connect
with
those
a-
receivers.
with a pocket passer. Think about this: you're playing 11 on 10. The quarterback, if you're playing against Tom Brady, it's 11 on 10. You don't have to worry about Tom Brady running. You just have to make sure he can't throw a good ball. With Lamar Jackson, it's 11 on 11.
Mhm.
And with Josh Allen, it's 11 on 11. Jalen Hurts, 11 on 11. I mean, you don't have any advantage when you're playing against a pocket passer. You don't have an advantage because those guys can put the ball wherever they want to. But you do have a slight advantage to where you don't have to worry about the quarterback escaping the pocket
Yeah.
or going for 20 yards. If they do escape the pocket, it's usually a 5-yard gain and then they're down, which is still positive, but it doesn't kill you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So who do I have right now? I got Rodgers,
You got Rodgers,
Josh Allen,
and Lamar Jackson.
And then I think after like kind of what Austin, after those like your top 3, it kind of gets kind of tough.
Oh, you haven't named Joe Burrow.
Where's Joe Burrow sit?
Joe Burrow's got to be like a 5 for me. I don't know.
Why would Joe Burrow be 5 and me would have him number 1?
I don't know. It's different. Like I was kind of mentioning, I like for me personally, I like the dual threat quarterbacks like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. I like them that they're able to do 2 different things.
So would you say Tua?
No,
You wouldn't say Tua. He can run too.
But I haven't
this
really
year though,
seen-
with those concussions and shit like that, I don't know. I mean,
Is
how many
Tua even
games
gonna
did he-
play next year?
It's like who else? Like if you like to do a
Jalen Hurts, I would probably say 4. Jalen Hurts, I like him.
Even during that Super Bowl though, like that one throw, the 45-yard touchdown pass
Yeah.
to Brown. McDuffie made a poor decision on that ball. That should have been. He should have thrown about 2 picks.
But that
Where-
wasn't.
where-
That was like 2 passes. There's also were passes where they were uncatchable by the defense.
Yeah.
Only Dallas Goedert could have caught that ball. Only Devontae Smith could have caught that ball. He was throwing dots out there, but
He
also
was
had
not throwing dots, guys.
He wasn't throwing dots.
He had
He had
what, 300 yards, 302 yards.
304.
And then
No,
7
I think
yards
he had
rushing.
I think he had about 302.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have the stats up there.
And he had like 28 completions.
Yep.
for 300 yards. Let's just say, let's take away that 145-yard touchdown, 50-yard touchdown.
You're sitting at 260.
You're sitting at about 250, and he's just throwing like crow routes. Think, think, think,
Yeah.
think, think.
But also 70 yards
I wasn't
rushing.
overly impressed by his arm. I was impressed by the offense, how it was running.
It was running smooth.
I was not impressed on like his. He was not like his throwing ability wasn't like holy shit. Like this guy could really freaking throw.
Right.
I mean, please guys argue with me too.
But there wasn't any.
I disagree.
But
I thought
their whole
like
the whole offense was based on Jalen Hurts. Nobody else did anything on the team besides Jalen Hurts in the offensive line.
So only because the routes they were running was so simplistic. It was just like let's just go like a curl route, 5-yard curl route, and then go like.
So are we talking like overall play?
That's exactly how the Chiefs fucking run the offense. That's the same. Yes, it is. Travis Kelce, that's all he gets.
I mean, Travis Kelce,
and he puts up
138-yard touchdown because he was doing like the outs and whatnot. Like Travis Kelce was getting open in the middle of the field. They were not going curl routes. He was getting open in the middle of the field all day.
But when he put up 131 yards, like on 7 catches and a touchdown against the Cincinnati, all he do is running curl routes, like 5-yard curls, and then gaining 40 yards after the catch.
And I
that's all that Travis Kelce runs.
Night, so I don't remember fully, and that could very well be true. That being said, though, I do think it was because his ankle was so compromised that 2 weeks did him well because he was not doing it against a better defense.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely was a coaching game.
High-level coaching game, too.
High
those
IQ.
two teams were the best two
Andy
teams.
Reid
That's what I
and
said.
Doug.
They deserve to be in the big game.
Right. And actually won $450 by predicting that the Chiefs and the Eagles would be in the Super Bowl. So, yeah.
Let's get back to that. Mine is going to be pretty similar to I already kind of said my fifth quarter.
Yeah, you kind of named your top 5. I mean, after Patrick Mahomes, my second, I would say it's Jalen Hurts. 3rd year in the league. Proven himself year in and year out. He hasn't had a bad season. Even his rookie season, I mean, there was signs of
his rookie year was terrible.
Yeah.
They were wondering, hey, what's gonna happen? Like, do we need it? Yeah, do we need a new quarterback or what's the deal?
But a lot of coaches were saying that year.
Yeah, I think that
a lot of them were. And a lot
getting
of them
AJ Brown helps him.
A lot of quarterbacks are, or like a lot
right,
of coaches are like.
I mean, not Tua. Tua was in that boat.
Tua was, yeah.
Tua definitely was his first 2 seasons, and in this season he just unfortunately, just because of the injuries. But he did ball out this season. I mean, the Dolphins were probably top five offense before Tua got hurt.
Good. They were on a roll.
Before Tua got hurt. Both Jalen Waddle, they were undefeated.
At one point in time, they said like Tua.
First 8 games, right?
Yeah.
Tua.
No, they were not 8-0 this
year. I thought they were undefeated for like 6 games, and I think they
6-2 or something.
Okay, so name your quarterbacks. You just name what you put in Tua in there?
No. I put Jalen Hurts as my second, just because of the success that he's had, and I've watched a couple interviews on him, and he's just a good overall person. I just like the way he holds himself.
We're talking about play too,
right? And he does both. So I just like the way he carries himself. Joe Burrow, just because he's a winner, he's a dog. He fights. It's Joey Burrow. You know what I mean? So he's cold. He shows up in the big moments. Even against Kansas City, where I mean, the 2 years where he lost, or the year that he beat Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl, he performed excellent, phenomenal.
No, he did not.
In the second half?
He did not, no. He did not have a very good performance in that playoffs. If you look at it, no.
Didn't he throw for
name? He was a nice name, but this season kind of was like the next jump. He did in the Super Bowl.
He did jump this season quite a bit.
But he didn't have a really good playoff. He really did.
Yeah, maybe I'm mistaking that for the Super Bowl game, but even though still a winner, still making AFC Championship games, making it to the Super Bowl one year, just needs to finish seasons off, and I think with that young core that they have, I think they have a chance.
Yeah, they do have a pretty stacked.
I don't
offense, to be honest.
I don't think Joe Mixon had the year he had prior. Before this season,
they got T. Higgins, they got Jamar Chase.
I mean, Joe Mixon,
Tyler Boyd.
Joe Mixon has a good year just because he gets 15, 20 touches every game. But last year he was scoring touchdowns left and right.
I kind of honestly thinking about it, just thinking about their offense. I kind of feel like people should expect more out of that team. To be honest, I mean they've been playing really good, but
Yeah, it sucked that Jamar Chase got hurt.
Those three receivers are fucking amazing.
They had the 3 seed.
Yeah.
Plus, they could have had the 2. They could have the 2 if the Famlin didn't get hurt, and thank God he's
Right, and then they
They very well could have won that football game to make the 2 seed.
All right, so you got?
Joe Burrow's my third.
Yeah, we got Hurts, Burrow.
Burrow. I'm not a huge fan of Josh Allen. I do like him. I do like watching him play. He's very fun.
But you gotta put him in the top 5.
Yeah, what?
Like, you gotta put Josh Allen in the top 5.
Who else you putting ahead of him?
Like if you want a starting quarterback for the Vikings, you gotta put Josh Burrow top 5.
Yeah, Josh Allen. Yeah, I hear you.
So who do you have?
Who do you want? Russell Wilson? Like, you know,
Dude, I think that
Kirk Cousins?
I think he might turn it around. Maybe hopefully this coming year with the new head coach.
Sean Payton to the Denver Broncos. Somebody who doesn't put up with bullshit, and somebody who's coached a few Hall of Famers.
Just name your third quarterback.
But yeah, no. I wouldn't say Josh Allen. I would probably put. Shoot.
Just say his name, man. Say Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You know he's got to be top.
But I know
3.
Lamar Jackson's better than Josh Allen. I know Lamar Jackson's better than Josh Allen, so I'd say Lamar Jackson is probably my third, or my fourth.
That's kind of tough to say.
And I don't think it's tough to say because he doesn't really have a team.
One did win an MVP.
Yep, Lamar Jackson sure did, and he was the youngest player to ever win MVP. I think at 21.
I don't know that, but that would be.
Or at 24.
24. There's no way it's 21. Yeah. He's only 26 right now.
Yeah,
you gotta,
24.
You got to be a certain age to make it. I don't think you can be 21.
No, but yeah, 24. I think he won MVP, youngest to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I believe all that. I think he's really good.
Quick, just like going off topic. Who's the youngest person in the NBA to ever win MVP?
Derrick Rose.
Yeah, 22.
I did not know that.
Yeah, D Rose. I just heard that.
Now I can bring that out.
I just
Fun
heard
fact
that
for you.
I just heard that like this week. I was like, damn, I did not. I thought it would be somebody.
Really? No, D Rose. Man, D Rose is a baller back in the
But if you think about it, Kobe
was a
entered
baller.
the league at 18. LeBron entered the league at 18. So you'd think by their 5th, 6th season they would have an MVP, but no.
24 though, you know.
Yeah, true. I mean, I guess 18 plus 24.
So who's your 4th and 5th quarterback?
Yeah. So Lamar Jackson, and then I'll probably throw Josh Allen on there just because he.
I mean, I don't think there's no way you could put him outside the top 5.
You can't.
No, just
So I'd say that's blasphemy.
statistically, I put him at 4. He's at 5 right now, but yeah.
Well, so we're doing. So you did 6. I did 6. We always
6
Because we had Patrick Mahomes, at 1. But yeah, I'd probably put Josh Allen at 4, and then. Dude, I love Kirk Cousins, man.
No.
I do too.
How do you not put Aaron? How do you not put Aaron Rodgers in the top 5 as well?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is good. This season sucked for him. It was just a totally different season.
Herbert, you guys. Where's like?
He's good.
We're starting the season tomorrow. The next 10 years.
Next
ten years. That's,
longevity.
Okay, so what do you want to say? One game?
No.
Because if we go on to say one game, I go Tom Brady.
Who's been playing the best football? Who's been playing the best football
past 5 years
up to now?
Yeah. I don't know where Justin. I don't know.
I think honestly, I can make an argument the past 5
In top
years.
5, in top 5.
Last like 3 years or whatever since you entered the league. God, Justin Herbert's like the fastest. He's only breaking. There's only one person that he's breaking records of, and it's
That's
true. Want to
true.
do this. Most ones to do this. That. And
Not this
like
year
that.
though. But if that was his first 2 years.
No. The third year he's breaking the Andrew Luck's records.
If you're doing
anything Andrew Luck is doing, literally anything that Andrew Luck's done, he's the
I
only
still
one
don't know
faster
why he
that's doing it.
retired.
Yeah, I would see that, but
He's the fastest one or whatever. Most touchdowns.
But if
Andrew Luck making the Hall of Fame.
No way.
No.
Well, then what are we comparing?
I mean,
Top 5 quarterbacks to
The only thing I'm saying is he's the fastest. There's only one person.
besides like the
He's
great
making only Andrew Luck's record. Like Andrew Luck hold every record.
Yeah.
to like the fastest to do it.
Fastest to do this. 3
Mhm.
seasons. Yada yada yada. It's always Justin Herbert.
Yeah, go back to when Andrew Luck won. He won MVP.
No.
No,
No, he never won.
he won a Super Bowl though, right?
No.
Damn, dude, I'm
He's
way
played
off.
good.
No,
But he-
Andrew Luck was just really good.
I don't know why.
who are his wide receivers?
He had
And when he started, did he have like any like
Who? Oh,
T.Y. Hilton wasn't there when he was there.
Definitely
Like
had T.Y.
after,
He
I
definitely
don't know
had
if he
T.Y.
Reggie
Hilton.
Wayne. I don't know if he had Reggie Wayne. He might have had Reggie Wayne for like
A year.
I want to say because Andrew Luck came into the league a long time.
He had,
like
he had T.Y. Hilton.
2012.
yeah, like a long time ago. But
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like.
But if I want to kind of touch on
I bet
something.
you Reggie Wayne.
If you're saying
I
the
think
past,
Reggie Wayne was still there, or like there was a great there that was still there for a little bit while he was like his first 2 seasons.
if you're saying the past 3 years,
And then he had Adam Vinatieri on his team
all right,
too,
all right,
right? For sure. And they
All right,
won.
I'm gonna talk.
They won a couple big games off Adam
Oh,
Vinatieri's like in
they
Indianapolis.
Their AFC Championship.
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna talk.
I was
here.
gonna say, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Check.
Perfect. Past 3 years, Aaron Rodgers is probably up there with Patrick Mahomes for number one. He won back-to-back MVPs.
Mhm.
Truth. He,
So, I mean, you
fell
can't-
off
you
a little
can-
bit this year, but
He did, and I think that has a huge part of that is playing with 3 rookie wide receivers and
So, but I
using
would
your
say
biggest
this,
weapon.
right? You got, that's what I'm saying. That's how good Patrick Mahomes is. Correct
Yeah.
me if I'm wrong, right? You got rid of this season, you got rid
Yep.
of Devontae Adams.
Yep.
He's not very good. You got rid of Tyreek Hill. He won MVP.
And you brought on 4 new wide receivers.
4 new
One
wide
of them being
receivers.
Scantling from your team.
And he balled out. He balled out.
Yeah.
Valdez
yeah.
Scantling,
Game prior
Juju
to the Super Bowl.
Smith-Schuster,
That's so good.
Cardarius
That's my
Tony.
opinion. Like, you take off literally your best wide receiver. Both teams did. Like,
Exactly.
They're top 5 wideouts.
Mm-hmm.
You take them off your team. One is like, I can't throw to anybody anymore until like week 8. And the other guy's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But you do have Kelsey, so I get there's difference.
Yeah, they didn't lose. Yeah,
But you didn't really lose. You're still the number 1 offense without Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill just changed that Miami offense from mediocre to what.
And Devontae Adams had
Devontae
Adams had a hell of a year too. I think he had 13
The
touchdowns.
wide receivers leaving didn't change statistics at all. If not,
For them, no.
If not improved.
It improved in a way. It improved Patrick Mahomes even without the top. He's still a top 5 wide receiver, and
He doesn't have to. Yeah,
My only argument.
I think it improved him just because he doesn't have to force it to Tyreek Hill every play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like if you have that speed, that talent, you're gonna be like, I'm going deep every play. Why wouldn't I?
My only argument is so they kept Kelsey. They replaced. I know it's not the same, but they replaced Tyreek Hill with speed, which was Valdez Scantling running.
I don't even think they replaced him with him. I think they replaced Tyreek Hill with a player they already had on their team, McCole Hardman.
Yeah, and then getting Juju. I think I did see something about this. Juju's not very good.
No,
No, not at all.
You
And
can't
I think
replace Tyreek Hill,
Patrick
but-
Mahomes revived Juju's career, kind of. He wasn't going anywhere prior to playing with Patrick Mahomes. Now, there's teams that are going to look at him.
Well,
He
think
didn't have
about
a bad year.
this.
He had
There's
how many
teams that will
touchdowns?
always look
Six,
at
six touchdowns or
He's
whatever.
26 years old,
Yeah.
27 years old.
Yeah.
And like, he's
And he's-
not a bad one. He's a sure catch.
built.
He doesn't drop.
He's like a
doesn't-
safety blanket type of receiver.
Yeah, though, if you really want to have like a really good wide receiver off free agency, you really should go after a Pittsburgh Steeler or a Baltimore Raven. Just that rivalry, just in general, really brings out tough wide receivers.
For sure. Remember that hit Antonio Brown, the Vontaze perfect hit?
That was the Bengals, but yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
mean,
just
just
in
like
general, just
in
that
general.
division. Like, I think nowadays that is the black and blue division.
Yep.
You know, it used to be the NFC North.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is just like even the Browns. The Browns aren't no slouches, and like
No.
you get like who's that? Miles Garrett. Like,
Mhm.
you get like heavy hitters, heavy defenses.
Do you guys remember that when Myles Garrett, his helmet got ripped off? Or he ripped Rudolph's. What's the quarterback's name?
Mason Rudolph.
He ripped his helmet off and smacked the shit out of him
Well,
with it.
I heard that Mason Rudolph called him the N-word, and
I
that's why
heard
we
that
got him
too.
all
Reasonable. But that was
getting all hyped
crazy.
up. Yeah, it was. But going back to the Steelers and Ravens, like the hardest like division in the NFL. I mean, you have Hines Ward, Troy Polamalu, Jerome Bettis for the season, Ray Lewis for the Baltimore Ravens. You got Ed Reed, like you got dogs.
Terrell Suggs.
Terrell Suggs.
There's a big old 30 for 30 called the Bullies of Baltimore. You know,
Right, that was
guys were
that was
just
the scariest
smashing
thing.
on football.
You never wanted to face those guys. Like you saw those guys on your schedule, you're like, fuck.
And the crazy part is
I
the
might
one
be
team that wanted some piece of it was the Steelers.
I
Yeah,
might be
take
sick week 13
What
against
about-
the Ravens, but if the Steelers they're circling that game on their calendar.
There's a team that I want to mention. Legion of Boom, Seattle.
Yeah.
They had a hard hitting defense.
Right, Earl Thomas.
Chancellor.
Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas. They're
pretty tough.
Yeah, so I was kind of just looking at that the other day, like seeing the best defenses. That Broncos defense in 2015, the year that they won the Super Bowl, Peyton
Champ
Manning's final
Bailey.
season.
Yeah.
When they beat Cam Newton in the championship
Mhm.
Super
Yeah.
Bowl, that was ranked the top defense in the 2010s. And then
Like
when you look back on it,
Aqib Talib, Champ Bailey,
DeMarcus Ware, Von
right.
Miller. I don't think Champ Bailey was on it.
with Champ not there anymore.
But yeah, Von Miller won the Super Bowl MVP and stuff. And
Yeah.
then you look back, you're like, that defense was pretty damn good.
Oh,
And
for
then
sure.
I know
I think
Aqib Talib.
Elvis Doomerville, I think, was on it.
Yeah.
Like that
Damn.
was a really, really
That
good
is a
defense. The no-fly
stacked-ass
zone.
defense.
The no-fly zone. Like
Yeah.
that was a really good defense.
Right.
And then, so I guess like I kind of want to bring up. You think now because what's you guys' thoughts on potentially Rex Ryan going to the Broncos?
I saw that.
I
Well, he's gonna be the
I don't
offensive
like it.
coordinator.
Defensive
Defense
coordinator.
coordinator. Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it just because he's already been doing so much for the analytics side and being a face of NFL Sunday Morning. Like,
Yeah, it will definitely be weird. I feel like he kind of built like a.
yeah, he has his own thing going now. Like,
Yeah, I don't know why,
with the NFL
But
Sunday.
who
like,
knows? I mean, he had once. It's kind of different when an opportunity like that opens
still
up.
a great coach. I mean, it's the same thing with Sean Payton going to the Broncos. He retired. He didn't think he was going to come back
No.
and start coaching again. But
Do you think the Broncos are going to be a sleeper team?
I think they
Mhm.
will. I think they're
I
gonna.
think
I think they're making a huge jump compared
I
to
don't-
this
yeah.
past year.
maybe
They
a
had 4
huge.
wins last
I
year.
wouldn't say a huge jump, but I think it's going to take a year or two for them to
Do
get
you think so?
everything kind of
I don't
established
think
and get the
they have
chemistry.
a year or
and-
two.
Yeah.
That's just the only problem. Is
Well, they got Russ for the next 10 years.
Yeah, but
I mean,
still,
but
like,
Russell Wilson's already time's ticking right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
time is ticking. He needs to.
Yeah.
They're gonna make a jump no matter what because they only won 4 games last year. I think they get
Well,
maybe 8 wins.
of course they're going to
10
make a.
wins.
This is a crazy stat, right? Like so, and like how I'd want to say it is, Dontel got the Vikings position. He never once finished in the top 10 on defenses, right? Somehow he got a Vikings job, the defense coordinator. We had high hopes this year. He was the word. Literally, we got fired because our defense was terrible.
The worst in the league. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
But Rex Ryan, he had 4 years of defensive coordinator for Baltimore. He
Mhm.
finished in the top 5 all of those years. Top 5. Then he went and got the head coaching job at the Jets.
Mhm.
5 out of his 6 years, his defense ranked in the top 10.
That's impressive.
That's a really good defense.
Mhm.
This defense was already good. They could make to the next level. Plus, if they got Sean Payton already ready to roll, and I mean, this Broncos team next year might be really scary.
Who do the Broncos have on defense?
I mean, they got Surtain.
Patrick Surtain.
They got, I mean, honestly, top
Where
to
does-
bottom, I can't name names, but I mean, they finished outside of for the longest time, they were like one of the top 5
Yeah.
ranked defense, and then at the end, they just couldn't score on offense. So eventually, it just kind of petered out. But like,
Right.
Peter.
where does Khalil Mack play?
Khalil Mack plays for the Chargers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
Like, think how good that division is right now. You can really say like the who's who, and you'd be like, well, yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
like quarterback, yep.
Chargers, Chiefs. Who else is in that?
Raiders,
and
and Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders, and the Broncos.
Broncos. Yep.
Like that is a tough division, and it's only getting better.
Yeah, this year
Like, these
I guess
quarterbacks
this year
are only
Raiders
getting
didn't play very well.
These quarterbacks. are
Well,
only
this
getting
year
better.
wasn't tough, but they have the talent to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, now that I
Think
think they
about
got
it.
the coaching now. Too.
both the teams
I don't
that
know.
are the bottom of the division, new people, new faces. I mean, Devontae Adams going, and then obviously Russell Wilson.
It's just good makeup. Like this AFC West. I know last year everyone was talking about how good they are. Don't sleep on them just because they had one bad year. Like this year might be how good like the AFC West
Yep.
is.
Right.
Because
Like,
look at 2
everyone
years
was
ago
a
with
new
the
team,
AFC
yeah.
or the NFC East. They were calling everyone else the NFC least. Like they were so bad, and now
Yep.
this year it's like, wow. All of a sudden, like
The Giants are going.
Giants made playoffs second round.
I like that.
Cowboys
coach.
made playoffs second round. The Eagles made it to the damn Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
like,
so not funny story, very unfortunate, but about 4 of my buddies put $8,000 on the Giants to not have over 7 wins this season, and they did it within like the first 10 games.
Yeah, that is rough.
that story sucks, but
That sucks. Like, and it wasn't just like 8,000 between 4. One of my buddies put $4,000 down by himself.
Jesus.
put
Why
fourth
was
down.
the Giants the team?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
You
because
could've
they've been.
picked-
I don't think they've won more than 7 games in the last 4 or 5 years. You
Well,
know?
obviously,
Yeah,
you could-
fair enough.
so-
I just don't know why.
You could've guessed-
why was all your buddies like thinking the Giants?
You could have guessed the Lions though. Like I would have like Detroit. I didn't think Detroit was going to be as good as they were.
I
But
did.
They
I thought
went
last
8-9.
last 6 games when
I think-
Amon-Ra St.
yeah.
Brown went off for like
I mean,
1,000
I don't-
yards in the last 6 games. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I didn't think they were gonna be like.
I didn't
yeah,
think they-
probably as good, but I didn't think they're gonna like be
Fight.
worse than they were in years
Exactly.
before.
Yeah.
And the Giants, like that, yeah, people thought that. The
Yeah, what they get? They got second in the division, the NFC North. The
Well,
Vikings, Lions, Packers, Bears,
yeah.
and they haven't done that in years. I don't think. What other topics you want to cover? Just want to wrap it up, or what do you got?
Yeah, no, I got nothing. I mean, we can go back to we just touched on Tiger Woods and how he was going to be doing in the future, like what his future holds. But going back to the Genesis Open, John Rahm was the winner on that one. Finishing right behind John Rahm was Max Homa,
What did Rom? He 17 under.
16, I think.
I think it was 17. I think it was 17
16.
under, and he your guy
Or Max Homa.
15. He was 15 under.
Yeah, that could have been.
Did you see that last shot by Homa? He needed it, like if he would have made it, he sort of lost by 1 stroke, but it went right over the cup.
Put it right on. Dude, Max Homa
Hit it a little
is
bit too hard.
one of my favorite golfers at the moment.
He had
Victor
a tough like,
Hovland.
last 2 or 3 holes though.
Yeah, Victor Hovland is right behind him. I like Victor Hovland. Kevin Kisner, another great. I wouldn't say great. He is a great golfer. He's obviously in
They're
the
all
PGA,
great. They're all
obviously,
great.
yes, but he's not known for being a high level. But I love Kevin Kisner. Yeah, those would probably be my top 3, and then obviously Tiger Woods, and then Phil Mickelson would probably be my top 5 golfers at the moment. It's kind of easier to name at the moment in golf because you can play till you're 60. You can play till you're 85. You can be in the senior PGA, but you know what I mean. There's a guy out there. What was
You
his
guys
name?
were
Lender.
to take somebody else on at a putt off, of one of these golfers. Who do you think you could beat at a putt off? Like if you've seen, like if you're just watching tape, like if you watch him
Nobody.
every Sunday, and you're
Nobody.
like, you know what, I think I could beat him like in a game of pig and putt off or whatever. You think there's like one guy you're like, dude, you know what, you're kind of missing putts lately. I think I could beat you.
I don't know.
I don't even
Putting's-
think I could pick up a
Putting's
women
one of my
PGA
stronger
player.
suits, and I'm still wouldn't bet on myself. I don't
Dude.
know.
Putting is what gets you to the PGA.
Oh yeah, I mean, but like just in a game of pig, I guarantee you at one point in time you could beat, you know, Michael Jordan in a game, or LeBron. Let's just say LeBron James at a game of pig. Just off of a 3.
You might be
that
able to
type
do
of
One
deal, like,
game out of
Who would
100.
you want to take on and be like, yeah, maybe I could beat you 2 out of 100 times. I
In
don't
a
know.
putt off or just in
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you're not going to go beat him in 18 holes, no.
Yeah.
But if you go beat him like, hey, dude, first one to sink a 30-foot putt, you know, I mean, you could get lucky one time.
Yeah.
Like, who'd you want to be like? Of
But-
course, like I'd want to say Tiger Woods.
I would say,
I could
yeah,
eventually
you wanna
say
do
Tiger
something.
Woods, but like,
So-
I would do one of the greats like Tiger Woods, Phil
So-
Mickelson.
Yeah. So basically, you're just asking who would you rather golf around to golf with?
you would think that you can just a putt off.
Think that
Be
you
like,
could beat.
hey, like,
Beat? I
like-
wouldn't. I
like
can't even
Jordan
think of
Spieth.
one.
Jordan Spieth, you know, for like a year, he couldn't make like an 8-foot putt. Be like, dude, Jordan, let's go 1-on-1 right now. I think I could beat you. Or, of course, I don't think I could beat you, but
At the moment,
I got
like when
a
he was in
time.
that
I got
slump.
a time and place where maybe there's a shot that I could beat you better.
Yeah.
than I could beat anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even
Like-
know.
That's
Because I
tough.
think that'd be really fun just to be like, Rory, let's go right now.
Yep.
Like we were playing a game of peg.
Well, it is kind of what they're doing right now with the celebrity golf games. You got Patrick Mahomes and Steph Curry, Aaron
Correct.
Rodgers going out there playing against Tiger Woods, playing against Phil Mickelson, playing against the greats. So that's kind of fun to watch. Have you ever seen any of those matches?
Oh yeah,
Those are
Aaron Rodgers
always
just won
fun to
the other
watch.
week, didn't he?
Yeah, he just won that tournament
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Right before he went to the darkness, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen was actually at that tournament too.
Could you
I guess he
imagine
golfed like-
if
He
could you
skipped.
imagine if Aaron Rodgers says I'm done playing football, I'm taking career in my golf game?
I think he's a pretty good golfer, to be honest.
He
I saw him in the match a couple years ago. He wasn't bad.
he can compete, but same thing with Steph Curry. Like Steph Curry's a phenomenal golfer too.
Yeah.
Like
Same
just
with Tony
like-
Romo.
yeah, Tony Romo. I mean, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady's even fucking phenomenal at golf. Like there's people out there that are just all around talented.
good
They're
athletes.
good at everything. Like it sucks, but they're good at everything.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't have a whole lot left. We'll do a little update right now. Third quarter, I couldn't tell you who won the second quarter. We've been chit chatting, bullshitting. So
First quarter tie.
yeah, first quarter is a
So I don't know
tie.
how. Yeah. So now obviously
We'll just look it up.
First quarter goes to Ty.
Yeah,
Second quarter probably Evan. I don't know.
yeah.
let's see here.
This is my quarter now, and
How do you like Donovan Mitchell on the Cavaliers?
I love it.
They're I think they're third or fourth in the West right now.
I mean East, but what a treat! What a treat!
Yeah.
That guy is literally putting up. I mean, what did he put up the other night? What was it? 71?
Yeah, it's 71.
Crazy amount.
71. Not the other night. A couple months ago.
Yeah, it was a couple months ago, but yeah.
But then he's been consistently really good, and he's put up 40 points, and he's put up 40 points in the last 8 games or whatnot.
Right.
And then it was
And it doesn't matter what team
he's
he's
put
on.
up 40 points 6 times in his whole entire career, his first 5 seasons in
Yeah.
Utah.
That was
Doesn't matter what
impressive.
team. He can
But
be on the Jazz, he
an
can be on the
update-
Cavaliers, he can be on the fucking Lakers for all I care. Still putting up 40.
An update on the score. So I know during this they go by quarter, whoever wins each quarter. But now on Bleacher Report they do have an overall score. It's 116 to 100. Team Giannis.
Okay, so Giannis obviously took the second quarter
Second
by
quarter.
16.
Yeah.
Or, I guess they're up 5 now. So, but with the time you check, so
11.
so
Ty's got world class math. We know that.
Yep.
impeccable.
Sweet. Yeah.
Jason Tatum.
So I think they probably put
Hell
up,
yeah.
They might put up. He just put up 200 points
Oh yeah,
or more.
what a showcase of
I
talent.
mean, even the G League thing, they put up 175.
Yeah,
yeah.
go to the box score. Go to the box score of that thing. I just want to see what everyone's at.
Jason Tatum
yeah.
has 31.
Say who
Donovan
is it?
Mitchell has 24. Those are the top leading scores for Team Giannis. For
damn,
Team
Jason Tatum
LeBron.
just had another 3.
Team LeBron, Kyrie Irving has 20. Joel has 19. LeBron only has 13. So Kyrie's leading the Team LeBron in points, and
Jason Tatum's
Jason
leading
Tatum.
Team Giannis with 28. He has 11 in the third quarter,
Mhm.
and it's 17-8. He has 11 out of the 17 points.
yep, and he has 31 overall. D. Mitchell is playing good too. He has 27. Sweet, yeah, that is all I have. It's a great.
Who do you got MVP in this game? Obviously, we know the leading scorers.
Yeah,
so
I'd
I'm going to say Tatum.
I'd probably go Tatum. Yeah.
That's my guess.
Tatum or depends on. I guess. I mean,
well, Donovan. They're on the same team. Donovan Mitchell. They're on the same team.
I'm talking about Kyrie.
Oh, Kyrie. Okay.
Kyrie has 27.
Yeah, I'd still go.
I'll just do
Nah,
yeah.
look at
It's
that
still
defense.
Great defense there.
Yeah. Great podcast though. I thought it went well.
Yeah, definitely
Coming up
probably our best one. I mean,
Best
everyone,
one and longest one.
everyone's just gonna keep getting better.
Yep.
Every episode just keep getting better. That's just the winner mentality.
Yes, sir.
You win some, you lose some, and you learn from the losses. So, damn,
You got anything else?
Jason Tatum just had another 3.
No.
Anything you want to cover?
No.
How was your first podcast experience?
I think I had a great time, or I know I had a good time.
Hell yeah.
Great time with you guys.
Yeah,
It's always fun just getting, we always say, sitting down, chatting, and having a few beers. Is
Just having some buds with some buds.
be a
Yeah.
bud, tell a bud, grab a Bud Light.
I think it makes it more entertaining when you can get another perspective besides just Evan and I.
Going back and forth, just having somebody else's viewpoints and stuff like that makes it a lot
and it keeps
more fun.
keeps it entertaining. You got things to bounce off each other, and just makes the conversation flow a little bit better, as well as the alcohol.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, just want to thank you for coming on, Austin.
You'll be on again
Yeah, for sure.
multiple times. I'm assuming.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone tuning in, and
Yeah, well, this will be up Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then that's our goal, is kind of pick the date of every Wednesday at 6, right?
yeah, I think that's the go-to. We didn't get too many views on the last video, just because probably the
as
first one
expected
was
too.
pretty. The first one, yeah, got quite a few views, got the hype going. But
Yeah.
after the first one, and you got to know the first one's gonna be obviously
Obviously,
the least entertainment. And we just started. We literally set up the camera that night and said, let's just do
roll.
it.
Yeah.
Let's just try it. But yeah, we're getting better each and every time.
Yep, just keep on watching. Hopefully, we gain like a main following. Whether it's 10 people, 15, who cares? But just keep getting better every time. But yeah, again, thanks Austin for coming on.
Yeah,
Definitely
we
long-
appreciate
Always a
you.
pleasure, fellas. Always a pleasure.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
And then definitely having more people on here in the future. We'll get different types of topics. It's not just going to be sports the whole time, but that is kind of the
Mainly
main
sports,
thing,
yeah.
just because that's what we love. That's our passion, and so it just keeps the conversation going when we can talk about sports. But we'll be filling in with a couple personal topics. You might see Ashley and a couple of her girlfriends on, kind of just doing like a solo individual female one, and so she was excited about that. She was talking to her coworkers about that. So you might have a whole episode full of nurses. So that could be a very informative what a day in the life of a nurse looks like. So that could be pretty entertaining, or not might be entertaining,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
pretty
informative.
informative to a lot of people who may be wanting to go into the nursing field, or who already are in the nursing field and kind of can relate to their stories, just because, yeah, obviously nursing is a huge career, starting to become one of the most like thought after careers are going into in college
Yeah,
and
for
stuff.
sure.
A lot of people going into the nursing field in college. So
Sweet.
but yeah, thanks again, everybody. Episode number 3. We're going there every week. We'll be touching on just a bunch of random stuff, and we thank you guys for tuning in, and we can't wait to see you guys next week, same time, Wednesday, 6 p.m.
Hell yeah.
Hope to
Tune
see you
in.
there, episode 4. But for now,
Peace.
peace.